Good morning, my friends. Nflx looking good this morning.
Or
It's hitting the top of the broadening formation on the 4 hour though, so it could quickly pour up back down. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, so I run around. Woo! All right, let's see. Morning, my friends. Kathy Woods bought a bunch of, or she just disclosed that she bought a bunch of Tesla. So, any indication of what's been going on with her, man, that shit's not tank. They're upgrading it. I don't know. Look at PLCE. Children's Place must have good earnings. Let's hope this thing pukes this morning. Top at 104. Strong. 212 reversal on a month. Look at there. Come back down, test. Boom. It can go higher. So we're definitely gonna keep an eye on that thing. It jumped this morning. First target's 104. Let's keep an eye on that. Really liking it. Let's take it, put it here. I need another monitor just for gap list. I need. So I can keep an eye on it for the first 30 minutes of the day. We think about SPY yesterday.
Hey, Jerry, you want me to read you the gap list or you got it?
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
I appreciate it very much, sir. How you doing this morning, sir?
I'm doing great. It looks like the market yesterday, it looks like growth was getting bought yesterday and value was sort of getting pushed back. Maybe we'll get a little run on growth today.
Yeah, man, you see that big sharp spike in or drop in SPY? It's insane, boy. I bet that shook a lot of hands out.
good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Yes. Yeah, but a lot of people got shook out yesterday. Let's see this. Big gap earnings, making higher highs. It's
Guys, just a heads up.
Yes, sir.
I just want to give you guys a heads up. Jobless claims dropped more than expected, so I think it's at a pandemic low.
Ooh, yeah. All right, Cisco sitting right at support. Boy, if it bouncing, come on back up to 53. Cisco. Let me keep an eye on that thing today. Dennis, let's move that over here.
So sometimes that jobless claims acts as the opposite of what you think, right? Because if it's really good, then the feds take away the punch bowl. It's bad, means that the feds are going to keep the punch bowl coming.
Oh, okay.
You keep dumping money up in there.
Really, the best thing I've learned in the stock market is always do the opposite. If the market's ripping, generally you do the opposite, or it's just like Jerry said, he loves the gap downs
I love
because
it.
he can buy. Just you're doing the opposite.
Yeah, we gotta do completely opposite what the other 90% is doing. That's why when they're getting in at the top, we're selling into that shit. So we're doing the complete opposite of what they're doing. We try to be doing opposite. But yeah, people think bad, numbers, jobs are down, market go down, but they pump. But it's, any kind of information like that, we appreciate it very much. because it all
Oh, yeah, no
matters.
problem. Yeah, no problem. I got a quick question for you, Jerry.
Yes, sir.
So when you're using Heikenhashi candles, like, are you still, pulling off 212s and Chicago's and all that
Nope.
stuff?
No. So the only purpose of a Heikenhashi, it only has one purpose, and that is to keep you in the trend. The way the candle opens and closes is just a lot smoother. It's not erratic. It'll usually have, pretty clean bars and stuff on it. Its only purpose is to trail your stops. It keeps emotions out of it. That's the only purpose it serves whatsoever.
Basically, what the H&A candle does is that when the new candle opens, it opens at 50% of the prior candle. So like Jerry says, it smooths it out. It doesn't open where it opens. It starts at the 50% of the previous candle.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And, I recommend it to a lot of new traders that have a hard time staying the trend longer. And there's several people, man, that use it very successfully. You just trail your stops up on the 5-minute. Of course, the 15 minutes better to trail, but the spreads can be a little bit wider on it. But man, if you just trail it every 5 minutes and as soon as it crosses, you get out, then there's no emotions to it. You do this and then this happens, you get out. There's no thinking.
What the thing that helps you the most, if you can't really even see it, is just when the color changes. When it goes from green to red, red to green, just play those, especially in a strong trend. It's going to tell you when to get in, get out.
Yeah.
It's like putting training wheels when when you're riding your bicycle when you're a kid.
Yeah, and on the 5-minute, you'll actually see the pullback. So, where to keep in the trend longer, you really, when you get more experience, you need to dive down deeper, maybe to the regular chart and see if it is a pullback versus a reversal. That's why the 15-minute will keep you in the trend longer. But, between candles could be a dollar or two on some of these bigger tickers.
Jerry,
All right, thanks.
another thing that also helps too, Jerry, I was just messing around yesterday. You know how you do such a great job. What helped me out, it's like, push up, pull back, push up, pull back. Well, if you have a hard time seeing it, just go to open up another chart and open up line chart. Line chart uses the closes, but you can clearly see the movement of push up, pull back.
Yeah. And it's best if you man, Sedge is looking damn good. Sedge could see 269 by tomorrow. But yeah, go draw it. Practice drawing it. Sedge is a beast, man. Clear pullbacks on the way up. This is one we're going to be watching today, for sure. So that in place is the top two on Rob's gap list. So I suggest y'all keep on that too. Of course, I'll be watching it. But Sedge is setting up. You look at the higher time frame chart, man, this thing's a beast. Here's a 2-2 hammer weekly. Targets this first candle here. It's $30 away. It's filling this gap right here. Gap fills at 256, and it is sitting at 243. So this thing can move. They're $15. Now look, it moves. Average range $15. It moved $20 yesterday. So can it move $20 a day? Hell yeah, it can. I mean, one play right here can make your whole week. So we're gonna let them open. You know what I'm saying? At least that first 5-minute candle. But so at open, here's probably what's gonna happen. This thing's gonna dip down. It's gonna catch a bottom and go right back up. All right, because when it opens, people are gonna take profits. Retail's gonna take their profits right off the bat, and then you'll see it dip, and then you'll see it push up. Of course, it could just open up and just rip. We don't know, but we're watching it.
Hey, Jerry, keep an eye on Roku. It was an inside day yesterday, and it's up in pre-market. You might be able to get a ripper up.
Yeah, Roku, boy, and it was just, it was an inside day, but it was in a really tight range. I'd really like to see it break out of that. It was making higher lows at the end of the day, but man, it can really pop today. So after every big rest, after every big push, it needs a rest, and and every time frame needs its own rest. Even the daily and the weekly and the monthly all need a rest after a big move. So right here's that range from yesterday. So if it crosses 320, 370, and it did, it can go to 320, 332.40. So let's let it open up. See what's going on with it. See if we can get some money out of this bad dude. Let him open. This is way up.
Yeah, Tesla filled that gap overnight. Well, it didn't fill it, but
I'm actually holding the Tesla overnight. I just now sold it for 13.4%. That's the quickest $1,600 I made in my life, Tesla. So I could be done right this damn second if I wanted to be. SQ, let's keep an eye on it. Cisco at it below. Need to watch on Tesla here too. Tesla could go. Nvidia's gapped up. Etsy's going to the moon. It's the first 5 minutes though, but Etsy ripped.
Facebook's soaring too.
They can pull back just as quickly, guys, especially Etsy here. Etsy want to target at 170. Just bouncing. I'm really interested in Sedge. Etsy's gone. Etsy's gone. He wants that 170. Probably get it right this second. Nvidia gone. Get a pull back on Etsy here. We got to get in. First 5 minutes, Roku's pushed up. Beton, UNH double bars up. You're getting something like this, you got to scalp it because it'll pull back just as quick on you. SQ ripping. SPY sky high. Etsy still trucking. SQ still going. Look at SPY gap up, go. SPY could see 417 if it wants to. Etsy still going. Watch. And they'll pull back just as fast. All right, Tesla here's trying to gap fill. Watch Vi. I guarantee you Vi could probably gap fill. Every time it pulls up like that, it fills.
Did you scalp Tesla from the morning and make $1,600, or did you
Nope, I
hold it
held overnight.
overnight?
I held overnight. Test is a short gap fill. Test is short gap fill. Yeah, I held 2 calls overnight. Test is short for gap fill here. It's gone. It's weird. There's 2 gaps on Tesla. See, there's one here, one here. Really weird. Etsy ain't gonna stop. I guarantee he's gonna get that 170. First target on Tesla is 565. Sedge fixing to come up. I bet Etsy hit 170. It's close. It'll come back up here, I can guarantee it. All right, Sedge getting ready. There goes Tesla, up 3%. I don't know. Sedge is long here. They took their profits and it's coming up now. Oh, hang on. You can wait till it turns back green. Just wait now. The first 5 minute candle. Let's see what's going on with it, boys. There goes Tesla. Come on, Tesla, fill that gap, girl. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Little wick, it needs to come on down here. Doo-doo. The video coming on up. Says Etsy. Gonna pull them back. The video's strong as hell. Dash down, trying to come up. Dash is probably gonna fill that gap too. How big is that gap? 135. $4. Roku pulling back slightly. Inside. All right, let's look at eighth. THG. All right, we need to keep on this right here for gap fill. Let's look at it. Ooh, red all the way across the board, pushed up and come right back down. 212 reversal. Not a very big mover.
Jerry, low's going.
ETHE's short here. Facebook just hit. But Etsy's not going to stop, boys. Facebook broke 60 pivot here. Pulling back. 2-2 back up. Across that 3. Gap fill. All right. Another way. All right. Facebook's long for gap fill here. Facebook long for gap fill. Facebook long for gap fill. Facebook long for gap fill. PLCE getting ready. PLC's long. PLCE's long. PLC's long. PLCE's long. Target 104. 104. That's pre-market highs. Also, the first 30 minutes of the day, you better get your damn money and go. Get your money and clock out. Sedge gone. It's still going. Sedge needs to break 244 here. They keep bringing it down and pushing it right back up. It needs a break. This is stuck right dab in the middle. Let's look at Etsy.
Microsoft
Etsy's
gap
still
fill.
close. Space trying to gap fill. To the downside. SPCE. It's a $3 gap fill here. I don't like gap downs or gap ups, so they fill about 50% and then they turn around and go. I don't like that. Pleasant Doty right in the middle. It's wicked up twice, come right back down. It is holding support here. There goes Sedge. Sedge is long here. Sedge is long. NVIDIA ain't gonna stop. SPY pulling back. NVIDIA's long here. Breaking 60 pivot. Oh, his target today is 592. Sedge gone. Etsy's still going. Etsy's target is 172. See that 60 break over here on the NVIDIA? Gone. Sedge can go a long way today. Watch that.
Doc, you
There's a lot of ones moving today. I love that 2-2 hammer there. This thing can see 266 by tomorrow. This thing got a big gap right here too. So the first target is 257 on Sedge. If it don't reject. 257. Let's see how far it should go. Just to come back down. Space, UPST run. Space. SPCE gap fill to downside here. Got about a $3 gap fill. SPCE short for gap fill here. What the hell? SPCE short. Etsy's still going. SQ ripping. All right, Etsy's gonna be long.
Why'd you call space short? Sorry, I missed that.
SPC because it's gap fill on the downside.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, let's look at space. It's come down. Also, if you look, it's red, 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 red. This is the pullback to the downside possibly. But the gap fill could. But the thing is, I don't like gap ups that much because they gotta be careful. They'll feel about 50%, go right back up. Tesla's supposed to be long here. Tesla's supposed to be long. Needs a break. It don't. There you go. Etsy's long. Etsy's long. Holy shit, what a crazy market, man. Novak's shooting up. Etsy's gone to the moon.
UPSD, it's ripping.
Oh yeah, I got an alert on that thing. I didn't go back and look at it. It must have just broke. I got an alert on that as soon as I got an alert on space. UPST. Yeah, it broke out of this T. This 2-2 right here, fire back up. That's beautiful. That's why a continuation up on that on the 5 minute. LIV. Let's look at TTD. Man, these things are monsters. TTD going. What a crazy day, man. Amazon's waking out. NVIDIA ain't gonna stop. NVIDIA ain't gonna stop here. SC. All right, there's our first 15, boys and girls. This is where the magic happens here. All right, Let's pull up a good list. It shows volume. There we go. Amazon now. Now inside of 15, we got to see a break. So we're going to mark the top of this thing. That 2-1 scan I have is money, especially on these measured moves. After a big push up, you want it to rest. AVGO. It's got to rest. There's no way around it. It has to. All right. Push up, rest. Push up, rest. Big measured move. Let's look at it. Bounce right off support. AVGO did kind of come right back up. Look at that. Beautiful. All right. AVGO is fixing to be long. It breaks 453.75. LLY is running, I guess, with Novavax. Coop. It's starting to wick out towards the top here. Big measure move. Bouncing off the base there. Got the other one higher. Charter. LRCX is a beast yesterday. It went outside, or tried to. Orvana. Even PH. That's a big run. That's one hell of a measured move bar. Sed's going. Etsy's still long here. Etsy's still long. Etsy long. Etsy hit right back. Damn. Etsy's a beast. Novak straight to the moon. Etsy's going to be gap filling here. It needs a pullback. It's a little extended. Etsy's still long though. I had two are on the way up, boys and girls. Stand it. I tell you what, when shit's running like that, it's hard to get into, even with markets. Fine. Sedge up 25%. The video's trying to go inside up. NVDA. Tesla's still chopping. Sedge up. There goes Etsy, boys and girls. Hope you got anyone that broke at 170. At 170 broke $3. Fixing to have more breaks here. NVIDIA process. Sedge still going. At 25%. SQ breaking here as well. AVGO is breaking to the upside. Damn, there's so many good ones.
Yeah,
AVGO's long.
those 15s look like it could be a measured move.
Hell yeah, yeah.
2-1-2
absolutely
measured move. On a
Yeah,
lot
all
of
these
them.
are. Yeah, all these are measured moves. Novavax ain't stopping. Novavax. Etsy up 75%. We got some pullback, boys and girls. We getting some pullbacks.
SPY's really strong on that 15, 2-2 up. Let's just keep
Mhm.
going.
Yes, it is. Etsy's coming back up. We're gonna add to it again here. Etsy breaks 173. It's inside right now. Fiverr it breaks 173. It's gonna go. It's gonna keep going. Take a look at Sedge. Yeah, when these things come to you, let's look at place. It's popping back up in my 10% scan here. Oh, I missed it. Ooh, gap fill. PLCE short. PLC short right here. It's got another $3 to go. PLCA $94 less. PLCE short. It don't get any easier than this one here, guys. That's just a slap in the face if you don't get that one. It's $4 a gap fill. Target's $90. Push up, come right back down. It can come back down and touch $84 if it wants to. This is that easy trade here. Nine minutes to flip. Up 10% on place already. Oh, Tesla pukes. Come back down, fill that gap. Hell, it could go either way. It's right in the middle of a gap days ago. Place up 10%. Sedge shot a big shooter up here. All right, now we gotta be careful. If you're feeling something, you better start covering. Better take your money and run with it. Those are your first signs of weakness. We had a big strong trend here. It could pull back and go higher, or they can just reverse completely. So keep your hand on the trigger. Look at this. Doji. It's basically inside. It's a 2, but it's stuck. I mean, it's open and closing on that 60 and 30 right smack where it started at. All right, ZS on 2-1 scan. Roku coming back down. All right, we can short these right back down them big ass green candles if they want to now. They can come right back down if they want. Just be careful. So like SC breaks 239.09 and come all the way back down. If you come back in. So in the first 30 minutes of the day, you pull your money out as quickly as you can. What's Jesse? If it breaks 170.66 and come on down. UPSC trying to break again. So UPST had a big push here on the 15th. It went inside. Now we need to see it rolling over. So UPST breaks 141.70 here. It's gonna be long. So here it came up, retested, trying to go back up. See it? Push up, come down, and it's going. UPST breaks 141.70. It's gonna be going here. So UPST is trying. UPST is gonna be. It needs to break and stay. Come on, POC, get your ass down there.
Facebook's got a big shooter down on that 15. Apple's not too far.
All right, UPST is popping up there, but it just keeps popping and pulling, popping, pulling. Test is gonna be long here. Yeah, test it. Watch it. If it comes back down, just shoot. Well, hang on. We gotta make sure it's a clear pop, otherwise it's gonna go right back inside. It needs to come out with some volume. It did make a higher low just now. I want to scalp test it. Etsy inside, or two down, sorry. Roku's inside. Test is really trying. Three minutes till 10 is the only thing that scares me. 10 o'clock, boy, anything can happen. Hold on, Tesla. It's in a really tight range right now. If you look at Tesla, there's AVGO hitting. I saw a gap somewhere on Tesla. Oh yeah, here. A few days ago. Yeah, here. SPY still shooting. SPY still strong as hell. Come on, 10 o'clock, let's go. NVIDIA to inside. Roku inside. It's a big shooter. Big old shooter. See, Tesla can come up to 589 and shoot right back down. Bounce off of it. Strong support though. Tesla's long here. Tesla's long. Tesla's long, guys. I tell you what, when they shoot like that, it's hard to get in. Okay. Sarah's trying to come back up. 10 o'clock. Let's see what we do. Test is long, boys and girls. Space still working. Said still working. We took out space. Remember, it's starting to slow down here. See, it can start to curl and come back up. So. Tesla up 10%. The video inside. Here comes Sedge back up. All right, Sedge comes back up to 247.75 and rejects. I'll be out. Okay. Now, Tesla, if it decides to keep coming up here, it's got room to cut on a 6. Which it can just keep expanding here. I don't know. Now, Sedge makes a lower high here. Okay, I put a trust up on space. Got kicked. Got that green though, boy. All right, keep eye on the video too. Inside, it can pop. After a big move like that, need to rest. Here, push up, roll back. It's starting to kind of roll back up. Needs to break 579.56 to enter or add. Children's place. DLC's gap filled all the way almost. Come on. Up 20% on place. Took that place from me, boy. I told you. You're like a slap in the face if you don't take it. That's the easiest way to damn make money ever. That was easy money right there. Up 33%. All right, first target's almost hit, $90.33. It hit of 42%. Yeah, almost instantly. Look at that. Look, come on down to 86.13 now. Next target, 87.58. That was a $3 move right there, folks. That was a $3 move. And they're cheap. Up to 50%. I'm gonna sell mine right here. I'm gonna join the ass. Next bump down, I'm getting the hell out. I'm not gonna be greedy. Don't be greedy. Come on. Push you down. Move down to here. Oh, Tesla, holy shit, you shot up 12%. Look what I'm talking about, boy. Novak's fishing a break inside up. You're gonna add to it. All right, I'll change it to a trail stop. I can't worry about it. Tesla got rid of 596. It goes Novak's. Novak's is gonna be longer ad. Novak's gonna be longer ad here. So Eli Lilly and all the other stuff probably going with it too. Novak's long here. Novak's is longer ad. Roku trying to come up here too, boys and girls. Roku trying to come back up. It's after 10 o'clock now, so look here, push up, pull back. Roku's gonna be longer ad on break at 330.58. First target pivot high at 332.41. Breaks to that. Really see some magic happening. Same thing with NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a runner. NVIDIA can run all day. NVIDIA's gonna be long, break 579.56. Novak's already up 6%, 2 seconds. NVDA. I'm fixing to go long. It breaks 579.60. I'll be long. No NVIDIA. Look at Novak's fucking rip into the skies. Love it. I love it. I like it. I love it. Turn on the button. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get a piece of it. Look at Novak's. Boom. You got push up, pulls back, push up. Targets. Do it. Machine gun up. 151. Selling stops tight. Tight. It's packed in there real tight. I got in the video a little bit early. I could be punished for that. Might want to wait till it breaks. These are break 579. It's making higher lows.
What's your target on NVIDIA?
Video, let's see. Man, it's got a big red candle come up. Target's 591.
Thank you.
Well, big red candles, guys, are money. Big red candle. Weekly's making higher lows. Coming up. They try to push it down, they couldn't. Going right back up. Nvidia's a beast. Etsy come back down. Etsy fails here, can go all the way back to the bottom. Etsy could be short here. Look here, if Etsy breaks back below 170, it could die. Let's keep an eye on that one. I like for it to roll up here and go higher, but it's making lower highs on the 5 minute. It's got a big shooter on the 15. If you look on the higher time frames, it's red. It's in a downtrend. You know, so it has a big, huge red bar curled up. It could just be a pullback to the downside here. Right now, it's just chopping. See right here? It broke out. It could just be a fake out. So I'm saying if it rolls back below 170, it can come all the way back down to 153. First, it'll come down this big, huge green candle.
NVIDIA looking strong again, ready to break its high.
Yeah, Nvidia just broke. Yeah, I got in there early.
Oh, okay. I missed it. I came in a little later.
Yeah, Nvidia up 3.7%, 5.2%. Novavax up 5.12%. Tesla up 2%. Yeah, Nvidia broke. I got in early. Nvidia strong. And if you look on the 4 hours, it's got a big ass red candle to come up, which is money. Nvidia's long yet.
Wait, could I see your that chart, please?
Yep. You want to see the higher time frame or the smaller one?
Yeah, the higher one. Then you just mentioned 4 hours.
Yep. See that big red candle there?
Oh yeah.
It can quickly come up those. Because the reason, to me, they're like a gap. There's no resistance there, and the reason they work so well is because there's a bunch of red candles stacked up real tight. See them right there? Really tight packed red candles. And then look here, there's another big red candle. So if I came over, I probably won't be able to see it. But on the 5 minute, that big red candle is just a bunch of really, it ain't gonna let me. I don't think so. It's just a bunch of really tight red candles stacked together.
Okay. You just hit 580, so it's looking still very, very strong.
Yeah. Tesla, there she goes again. Tesla up 8%. I got another one open for 12%. Nvidia up 13.5. That's how we do. We're rocking counts on accounts on accounts. Look at there, Nvidia 212 up. Measure move. Let me get a near-term target on Nvidia. 571, 579. Look at that, that's an $8 move. Target on this thing is 579 plus 8, 587.
I haven't learned about the Mayor Move stuff yet. It's still a
Measure
lot to
move.
learn. Yeah, I haven't learned it yet.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. And look, it comes right up. Target on this thing 589. And look, it came up on this pivot here, which is an even better sign. Pushed up, came back, tested. Now it becomes support. Now it's gonna be really hard to get back through that. So it pushed up, retested, gone. That pattern happens in all time frames too. Yeah. Let's take a look around. ABGO was inside. Yeah, it went inside, still chopping inside. This is just a compound one here, chopping sideways. You can see it here. But all this is one candle. This is inside. Now, the first thing in the morning, when we're hitting these things, here's exactly what we're looking for when we're scalping. People ask how I scalp. This is how you do it. Big measure move candle. It goes inside, and that's a 2. I don't care. That's the inside bar to me. All right. As soon as it breaks, there's your measure move right there. So you want to scalp using individual bars in the first, 30 minutes a day. That's how you do it. Boom, inside up, and that's why that's 2-1 scans for money. Yeah, money.
Wow, that makes more sense when I see it versus looking at those cheat sheets.
Yeah, inside up. So let's say, here's how powerful they are. 445.70. It's a $4 move, almost to the dot. So from 449.70, 453.70 should be target. Look at that. Ain't that fucking insane? 453.77. And look, if we go to the body, 52. I mean, it's just like really it went over maybe 5 cents. Tesla's still climbing here. That's how powerful the measure moves are. So a measure move candle is going to have little to no wicks, and they're going to be massive. Look how big it is compared to these.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Holy crap, thanks. This is why I wanted to come online and watch you guys. It's amazing.
And look, this is one candle. All this is inside. All right. Now look, we had this big move here. It goes inside. Guess what? Now we've just expanded the 2, 1, 2. This is a 2, 2, 1, 2. Right?
Oh, it's going to do like another measure move if you do it on a smaller time frame or larger time frame.
Yeah. So this is a 2, 1, 2. Even though it says a 2, right? It's inside. Now look at Essie. Essie's a 2, 1 right now. So when I first started trading, I was like, I made a scan for 2, 1, 2, but I thought to myself, well, hell, the move's already done. So then I made the 2, 1 scan, and that was what? That was when the lights went off. So you see on the Essie right here, it's 2, 1. All right. So what we do is we mark the top of this candle here at 173. And that's a measured move candle on the 2. All right, it's a big ass measured move. If this breaks here, then we should get the same amount here. Now I just measure the body. I don't include the wick. So 166, 171. That's a $5 move. So I measure from here. So it'll be 176 is the target on this thing. All right.
Wow, that's amazing.
And you see it's making higher highs. It's a 1 here up. So it pushed up here. It pulls back. It's going right back up. So if you don't know how I think people should practice drawing this. Push it up. It pulls back and goes. It made a higher low. All right. So it says it's an uptrend. So instead of looking at, in the first 30 minutes, you want to look at individual candles, but as the day progresses, you want to look at the bigger picture. All right. So really, this is one candle here. You got to learn to compound these. This is inside this candle here. All right.
Yep.
And the pivot breaks are important too, because the longer this consolidates, the bigger the break. So look, this thing consolidated from way back here. See how it's in a really tight range here?
Yep.
It ranges from here to here. It's just like a box. All that is the inside. Really, it's a compound inside bar. It breaks right here. So now it's going to be a 2 on a higher time frame. But the longer this consolidates, when it finally breaks, it's usually huge. And the same thing for the lower time frame. Even on the 5 minute, the longer this thing consolidates in this range here, the bigger the break. And the higher time frame, like if this consolidated on the weekly or the monthly, we got consolidations that's been going for 2 years. When they break, man, they're like $30, $40 plays.
Holy shit.
So here comes Tesla. Etsy. When it breaks here, it'll be long. I don't care. We don't have to have the next 2. It just needs to break the top. So right here on the 5 minute, when this thing breaks, that's your entry long. Now we want to see
Apple right now breaking.
We want to do is see it break, come back and retest and go higher. Apple, Etsy's fixing to break.
Can you look at NVIDIA again?
Yeah, NVIDIA's inside 15. So Etsy's going to be long. It breaks 173.40. Yeah, keep an eye on NVIDIA and Nflx.
It looks strong. I don't think it has to break. I don't see it going down at this point in time.
Etsy's pushing up. I'm up 5% there. NVIDIA 6%. Nflx I'm down a little bit, 4%.
Apple's really going, Jerry.
Oh yeah, Apple just broke. So Apple's long right here. Target 126.99. Yeah, good job, man. Sheesh. Yeah. So to the guy I was just talking to, Apple's long here. But let me show you.
Yeah, please. I'm just here to learn. I don't even care about playing as much as I want to learn.
All right. So this is one bar here. All right. This is inside.
Yes.
It's better if I draw it there. This is all inside of it here.
The same thing like Etsy just did. You're showing me right now, right? Technically on a lot higher time frame.
So when this breaks here,
yep.
Here's your 2. Here's your first 2. Inside up. Right?
Oh,
2, inside, up.
literally the same play like Etsy, right? In a
Yeah,
sense.
same thing over and over and over. And it happens on all time frames, man. Don't get focused on one time frame. It happens on all time frames. All time frames. So, and it happens reversals too. It's 2 inside, could be a 2 up. Yeah, 2 1 2s, man. That's where it's at. And then 2 2s. You want to focus on 2 2s. It's basically reversals. I like a 2 2 with a hammer. So here's a 2 down, 2 up. This could go 2 2 by the end of the week. Who knows?
That green hammer was the green one was a hammer first, and then it went up, right? That's what
Yeah.
you're showing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And you can see these on the like if you're brand new to trading, I'd stick to 2 2s with a hammer or a shooter, and then focus on the video's pushing up. Focus on 2 1 2s, man. Money. I got
What's a
scans, man.
shooter, if you don't mind me asking?
A shooter is, let me try to find one. Well, you see this bar right here?
Yep.
It's got that big wick sticking out. That's a shooter.
Okay.
Now it failed because it's going up higher. Look, the video's long here. Same thing on the video, man.
Basically, a shooter's an opposite of a hammer.
Yeah. So
Okay.
basically, think of it like this: price pushed up, it failed. It failed. They couldn't take it higher, so it came right back down. And so you got to remember. And on a hammer, they try to take the price lower. They couldn't. They failed it, and then they bought it right back up. So just say that in your mind. It makes it easier to understand. They brought it. You know, they tried to take it down. It was a big red bar, and all of a sudden they shoved it right back up. And now it's long. So now look. Let me show you this. 2 1 2 now. 2. It goes inside. 2 up. All right. 2. It goes inside. 2 up. All right. All this. 2 1 2. 2 1 2.
Yeah, the one
No,
guy that was asking the question, what you need to do with Jerry, Jerry's brilliant. He records the videos. Just spend time over the weekend, watch. Jerry's money.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. I'm new. I've been speaking to you on Twitter, but I don't know. I just so I'm gonna just try to watch your videos and try to see, because some of the stuff on the cheat sheet, and then when I see them, they're not adding up to me. That's why I wanted to watch it live.
Well, let me tell you this too.
Yeah.
You don't have to know everything on the cheat sheet. You really need to learn 1 or 2 and master them. You need to get really good at it. You don't have to know every damn thing on there. I'm telling you. Like literally, I just usually I'm usually trading a 2 2 or a 2 1 2. That's it. That's all I trade every day.
2 2 or 2 1 2. Okay.
2 2 or 2 1 2, and there's a 2 1 2 reversal.
Yeah, but one thing Jerry did tell you, he trades it, but the more that you're able to do the compound twos, just like Jerry's doing right there, that's what you got to know how to do. That's the money.
Yeah. That one was amazing. I actually did it on one of my smaller stocks, so I just saw this right now. It's brilliant. I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, they don't tell you. And look, I tried to explain it on Twitter, man, and they damn pretty much shot my ass down.
Listen,
Twitter's
Jerry's
like a
Jerry's
cult,
the
man.
greatest trader out there. Whatever Jerry, you observe him. He tells the truth. Everything he does is money.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I can tell by Twitter when I was speaking to him. It was also super nice. It's
No
hard to
back-
find decent, humble people.
Nvidia is up 22%. They're running, man. I'm telling you. Look at Novak's. Novak's up 16%. Yeah, if you'll just learn these few moves, man, that's fucking money. Look in the video. We were just talking about this. Look, and if Seds breaks out 247, I'll be adding to it. But Nvidia,
Yeah, let's see what Nvidia is doing.
212. 2 1 2.
So this measure move would be roughly from that's like 10, 12 bucks.
Yeah, possibly, but what we want to do is go to higher time frames and look. Possibly, but here's the thing too. Here's another pattern, man. Price comes up, it retests this pivot, and then it's going higher. Look. So you
Yes.
say to yourself, the longer consolidation, bigger break. So we get a nice break. They try to take it lower here. They try to take it lower than this pivot, and it acted as now it's support. It was resistance, now it's support. So say to yourself, they can't take it lower. It's only got one way to go, and that's up. All right. And that
My first day with you guys, like it's my first day, and I literally made $200 with you guys. I know it's nothing, but for me that's a lot because I don't really trade too often.
It's good, my friend. Proud of you, brother. Look, Sedge is fixing to break out. Yeah. Yeah, if you make money, go tell more people. Bring. We give all this stuff away, man. I'll give you
Roku
my
short.
scans.
Roku short. Yep, Roku short.
Roku coming down. You can higher lows coming down in it. Want to? Nvidia's still going. Novak's still going. Tesla coming back down.
What
Roku's
happened
nice
to
2-2 reversal right there.
Let's take a look at Roku. Right
Etsy
now,
went down quite a bit.
Yeah, 2-2 reversal on the Roku. That was nice. I took that short from 329. But yeah.
take a look at it. Roku's in a range right now. You gotta be careful. Here's the
Yeah.
thing too with Roku.
Yeah.
It's making higher lows or lower highs. It's also making higher lows. So it's wedging. You gotta be real careful with it.
Yep, for sure. It's a scalp for sure.
Yeah, if you're scalping, no big deal. What you want to do is see it break out one side or the other. They did this yesterday, man. They were real bad about wedging this last week. Novak's still going. Nvidia's still going. Yeah, let's look at Etsy. Look here to it. Roku come up to this pivot here, it's rejected twice. So could this thing come on down? Hell yeah, Roku can come on down if it wants to. So it's touched this pivot 3 times and rejected each time.
I remember I read somewhere too. Sometimes when it repeatedly hits resistance, that means the push out's going to be even harder now. The more times it hits it.
Yeah. So to be a real trend line, a real support, but it needs to touch at least 3 times. The more it tests, the stronger it is. When it finally decides to break, it's going to be a massive break. And basically, you know, it's a consolidation is all it is. It's a consolidation. So like this one down here on Roku right now, this is consolidation. This is a compound inside bar. And really, you can trade a compound inside bar. It's enough range, and there's plenty of range. There's $60 in here, so you can definitely trade this. So it comes up, it tests, push down. So it's trying to break out its level. It finally does. It'll see a big push up. And look here, it's really just a 2-1-2 reversal.
Yeah.
So everything pretty much revolves around 2-1-2s. Let's see if we can find the inside bar on higher times frame.
I use TradingView. You guys, it looks like everybody uses TOS, but we don't have that in Canada.
So it's not showing compound, but it's showing a big doji. So if you look at the doji, even on the quarter, doji's chop. You know what I'm saying? A doji is a really tight chop, and you can get really hurt in those things. But you know, you could trade that as long as there's enough room.
Baba's trading into a daily gap.
Baba, let's take a look at it. Yeah, I'm constantly watching a few tickers. Nvidia's trying to pull back, Tesla's coming down, Novak's pulling back, Sedge is trying to break, Etsy making lower highs, and wicking. UPST just broke out. Place still coming down, boy. Shoot her down. It's a Momo shooter. If you took PLC this morning, you should make money. That's a no-brain. That's a no-brain play there. Now look, as it came down, fill this gap. Look here. See how it consolidated here? Let me show you. See how this consolidation really tight? Now look, it gapped up this morning. Here's that consolidation. It actually starts way back here. It gapped up this morning, came back down. Now look, it's chopping sideways again, right back in the same range.
Hey, Jerry, go over to HD on the 30. It's getting ready to break a pivot. If it breaks that pivot on the 30, then that thing could rip the 325 pretty quick.
There goes Sedge at 24%. Sedge is breaking too. HD, yeah, consolidate. Oh yeah, it breaks that pivot, she's gone.
Hey, Sean, it's different in Canada. The minimum requirement is $25,000 to actually open an account.
Yeah, we're glad to have everybody here, man. There's a lot of good traders. Corey, man, he's a damn good trader too. He finds some really good stuff all day. This whole week you found really good stuff, man. All week. Said broke right here. Yeah. Trying to come back inside. It needs that this level here needs to act as support now for the next leg up. Let me try to answer some questions here, guy. Nobody's trying to come back up. Essie trying to look here. Essie, keep on Essie. The only thing with Essie, it's got two shooters. Let's look at Essie right quick. I want to show you something. Be careful. Be mindful. You got to be mindful exactly where these wicks and stuff are. Now look before it happens. On the 15 and the 30, you see these wicks here? You can't tell. If you zoomed in on this right here, you would see that this wick is slightly lower than this one. All right. It is making lower or higher lows. So it's a good sign it's trying to wedge out.
Yeah. Basically in a channel consolidating, ready to rip, most likely.
Yeah, it's just in a channel, yeah. So the thing is, it could come up here and bounce back down. So look, it's tested 2 times in the same price here, but it's made a lower high. So for this thing to keep going higher, it's got to break the 173 level, not this one. So what it can do here, very possible, it comes up, touches, and then pulls right back down. So you really want to see a clear break here. You can see that here on the 5 minute. See how it's just it's chopping sideways. So it looks like, yeah, it's fixing to go up, and it possibly can, but man, it really needs to break this high. And it needs to do it by at least 10 or 20 cents, or I wouldn't take it long.
But those wedges though, Jerry, if we ever get a pullback in the market, you get a PMG going right back down, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, real quick. Yeah. I love a PMG machine gun that's got really tight bars. Like, you know, it'd be really nice to short this. Nobody's trying to come back at. But the tighter they're stacked together, man, the quicker the pivot machine gun works. Now look here, Essie come up and test it. Let's see if it won't pull back down now. If this thing starts to come back down, it'll make a lower low in reverse. Of course, it could come down, touch, come back up. Right now, what I'm saying is it's wedging, it's cooling. It's actually a bull flag.
Roku's testing VWAP right now. If it drops below VWAP, it's gone. It'll drop.
That Baba's in the gap on the daily.
SQ's chopping. Baba, nice, man, nice. Big green bars. Them are measuring bars. I know you mentioned it earlier. I should have looked at it earlier. I'm sorry. Also, Brunner formations. You know, it's good to practice drawing them, but you can have 10 people draw and you'll have 10 different charts. The main thing to take away from Brunner formation is to understand that price does expand. And what I do is if I see price break through a pivot, I know that it can pull right back up. So I don't worry about it too much. So you see right here on Baba, on the weekly, price broke through pivot. It expanded for now it can come right back up. All right.
Got it.
So it bounced, it could come right back up. Now, now this is inside, which, you know, you can trade it inside bar as long as there's enough range here. So if there's 30, 40 bucks range, you can trade that. But before I think, hey, you know, this is the bottom, we're coming back up, I want to see a clear uptrend over on a 4 hour. So we see it, you know, it's pushing up, we had a pullback, pushing up, pullback. Now we made a higher low, which is a damn good sign, and it's making a higher high. So it's a pretty good damn chance. This is about
Gary, right now, Amgen.
AMGN. Novavax is breaking again. AMGN. Bio's moving today. I got an alert on Lily today too. I guarantee if I go to Lily, it's running too. Man, the video up 17%. Amgen, yeah, Amgen's breaking right now. That's long. Sorry, it's 257. AMGN long. Novak.
Hey, Jerry.
Yep.
Can you take a look at Q fin for me, please?
Mhm.
I just want to know when I can cover. And I don't know how to measure the move here.
All right, Q fin. Okay, nice. Inside, yeah. If you're long, you better get out now. So just
No, I'm
reverse.
short.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah. So your target's going to be 25.91. That's a good short there too, because they're two up, two down, and that big green bar is money. Why? Because all these green bars stacked really tight right here. Yeah. So you just wanted a target on this?
Yep.
Yeah. Nice, man. UPST slowly grinding up. Hey, yeah, your target's there. You're due a pullback. It's a little bit extended right now on the 515. So you might get a small pullback on it before it goes slower. All right, Tesla trying to 2-2 back down. Look at Etsy and Roku. All right, there's a top for BS or the trend line. See it rejected again, come back down.
Still just sitting in that channel.
Jerry, on the 5-minute, looks like SPY's reversing, might be a PMG on downwards, short.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of rolling here. Yeah, nobody's come back down. Yeah, what they can do though, man, is VIX is pulling up pretty quick, but they, it could reverse or they could be shaking out weekends too. They're really dirty here the last week or so. They're really dirty. SPY's in a tight channel here. It needs to break 412.79 for it to short it. Tesla's trying to reverse here.
Could I ask you what a PMG is, please? You guys mentioned it 2-3 times, the pivot machine gun.
Yeah, pivot machine
If
gun.
there's some
So,
visible example.
Yeah. Yeah, what was that guy's ticker we're just looking at?
QFIN?
Yeah, what is that one again? QFIN?
Yeah, QFIN. I think that's what he said.
Yep, it's Q fin.
Okay, thank you, sir. So QFIN's a classic pivot machine guy. Q. Yeah, okay. So basically, you want to trade these big, huge red and green bars, right?
Yeah.
To me, they're like money. And the reason being is because on the lower time frame, there's a bunch of stops stacked up. See right here on the 5-minute? This is a pivot machine gun to the downside. So every time it comes down these, it's taking out stops. And the tighter they're stacked in there, the faster it brings price down. And it works with price going up too. I saw another one somewhere. Now look, that pivot machine gun happens on all time frames. If you look at QFIN right here on the 60, there's another pivot machine gun. Even on the 30 there. But see how tight these are stacked here?
Yep.
So when price comes down, it can take out this stop, this stop, this stop, this stop, this stop, this stop. So the tighter they're stacked in here, the faster price can drop. That's how you get these big red bars, big green candles too. Yeah. Yeah, good machine gun. It can quickly come down.
Gary, can you take a look at Nflx whenever you get a chance, Netflix?
Tesla's coming back there. So Tesla's got a big green bar here coming back down. So Tesla's short here, target 574, which is $4 away. Tesla's short. Sedge is reversing. Netflix. Yeah, Netflix. Mm. Yeah, if you got a bunch of different screens, it helps to keep an eye on everything. I'm looking at NVIDIA, Tesla, SQ, Novak, Sedge, Etsy, Roku, Place, a bunch of different ones at the same time. All right, Netflix made a huge measure move bar here on the 30. Yeah, 490, 498. It's an $8 move. It's chopping right now sideways. So after a big move like that, you want to rest. So it says two on the 60, but really that's the inside bar. The reason it's a 2 is because it stuck its head up by a penny. But that's inside. I don't care what that number says.
Oh, it's good to know. When is that tight?
So it needs to break 541. If it breaks 500, I'd say 550, $500.50, I'd add 2 to go along. You always want to take into account the higher time frames too. See, it's not looking pretty on the month, but it is coming up. So it's forming a hammer. The 2-2 on the week. We'll be mindful of where these wicks are too. Is that other one did it make a lower low or is it higher? So, boy, it's pretty damn close. It looks like it barely made a lower or a higher low. You see right here on the 4-hour, there's a pivot. It bounced several times before taking back off. Look, it can come back up to 518 if it wants to. So if you're going to see reversal, you can play stuff that's not in complete time frame continuity. Because if you're going to get a reversal on something, the reversal is going to happen first on the lower time frame. So a 4-hour can trigger the daily, and the daily can trigger the weekly, and the weekly can trigger the month. You see what I'm saying? So say the month's green and the week is red. All right, so we have a nice uptrend on the month, like 2 green bars. All right, it looks pretty good on Netflix. On the, let's just say, you know, it's got 2 green bars on the month. It's been a good uptrend on the week, but now we have a red candle. All right, so is price reversal? Is it just a pullback? So what we do is we go to the lower time frame, and we want to see a clear uptrend. So we want to see at least, you know, 1 or 2 green bars, the first pullback, and the next leg up. And that, to me, that would confirm it was just a pullback, and now price going back up. So you want to hit it when it crosses back over. So even though the week's red still, you could take it long because then the daily is going to trigger the weekly back green. So, and the same thing.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. This is reversal 2-2 down. Let's take this a short. It's up 8%. All right, today we're getting some chop. So from here on out, I'm probably gonna take profits pretty quick.
Jerry, someone just sent a message to you on Crocs. Check that thing out. It broke the week, broke the day. If it gets down in that gap around 92, this thing could go fast.
What's the ticker name? What's it called?
CROX. Someone just published it.
Thank you.
Message.
CROX. Someone typed it. Crocs.
Look at our time frame. Oh shit, nice. Yeah. Ooh,
look at that. Look at that daily. If that thing drops for 92.59, that thing whoosh.
Yeah.
But
working on
broke the weekly.
Yeah.
3 down on the 4-hour.
Yeah, this looks damn good. 2, 1, 3, 4-hour. Yeah, breaking through pivot. Yeah, and look, it could quickly come out this big green bar right here on the weekly. Because why? Because there's a bunch of orders stacked up there. Man, it looks good. Yeah. So if I saw that on like the 30-minute, man, it'd be money. All right, so it's got a hammer on there now. Let's take a look at it. It broke. There's that pivot on the 4-hour. Now to take it short, it needs to grow. It needs to cross below 95.72. So here's your downtrend. This hammer's, it could be a pullback, it could be the downside. So as soon as it crosses 95.72, it'll be short. All right, Etsy's green again, but it's making higher lows and it's making lower highs. It's gonna break one way or the other. I just don't know yet. All right.
I think sales NVIDIA is doing the same thing.
NVIDIA, yeah.
It looks like everything's breaking the wedges on the Qs and SMH and
SPY's going back up. So SPY's gonna be long here. So the market's been doing dirty shit. Now, just a few minutes ago, I said that the VIX has been doing crazy stuff. So what they do, they dropped it to shake all the weak hands out. They got scared, and now they put it right back up. So if you got shaken out, now it's taking the price right back up. They're dirty, man. You look at SPY yesterday, that big drop. How many people got scared and stopped out?
Well, yesterday's towards the actually an hour and a half was so volatile. I didn't even bother playing it. It was just going like yin and yang.
Yeah. So look at that. Ain't that crazy? Let's look at, so SPY's long right now, guys. Look at VIX. This is what just happened.
Didn't it just break out according to your chart?
VIX shot up. I'm watching the 60. You can't really see it on this one. Mine's different on this other frame, but it shot a big candle up. Well, if I could compress it, but look, this candle here went halfway up this big red one here. See it? So it was solid red, and came back down, or solid green, then came back down. So when the VIX goes green like that, especially a big green huge bar, a lot of times it takes everything down with it, is what it does.
Yes, someone was teaching me about that. How basically, it's the opposite. You want to watch VIX and because it helps you with SPY to understand.
Yeah. Yeah. So VIX comes up, SPY goes down.
Yes.
And when VIX comes up, the whole market goes down. It's crazy.
There's something else someone taught me yesterday. It was TRIN, TRIN. And usually when that's really high, they're showing like the average in the past year. It happened 3 times. And that basically, right when that happened at that high number, it was going to lead to a bull market. That's what he was trying to explain.
That's right.
I think it reached 350 yesterday, which was extremely high.
Yeah, I've got it up all the time. It's something I've been experimenting with the last couple of weeks. So tick is basically, you hear Rob talking advanced decline line, or if you could know what twos were moving up and what percentage was moving down, you can know what the overall trend of the market is. So the tick chart just basically, there's one for the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ and all the other sectors. I don't know what they are, but
Yep.
It tells you how many's moving up and how many's moving down. Right now, there's 156 trending up. And the trend is basically kind of like VIX, which is a fear index. So when you're taking stuff long, you really want it to be 90, around 90-ish. Novak's going all the way back down here.
SPY is breaking out of your little channel, the 5-minute.
Which one is?
SPY. On the 5-minute, the little channel broke out.
Yeah. Yeah, SPY's long there. Novak's coming all the way back in.
Someone mentioned yesterday about CHOP. I think one of the things that I learned a lot from even yesterday, and Rob talks about it, go to the daily candle, look what the range is on that daily candle in terms of the body. If you start seeing it's really narrow, stay out because it's just going to chop you.
On
That's a good point. Thank you.
What's up, Big O?
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Good. Hey, Crocs might be a good swing. Maybe a little lotto for next week.
I know it was looking good. Are you want to brought it up? I haven't been looking at my messages yet.
Yeah, I posted it on Rob's feed.
Yeah, it looks good. I love that huge red can on the weekly. Nobody's reversing here, guys. Nobody.
Hey, Jerry, whatever happened to Big D?
I don't know. He quit coming on. He posts his charts, spy charts in the chat once in a while. Not sure. This is reversing here, guys.
Well, spies going up.
Yeah, spies are on here. Tesla's coming way down, boys. Novak needs a whole support at 144. She gone. Tesla. All right, look here. Tesla breaks 578.50. She's gonna be short. Target 573.
How did you determine the target from there? Is it?
There's support right here. See right here?
Where?
Touch multiple times. 573.83. Plus, it's big. It's the bottom of this big green candle here on the 5 minute.
Sorry, I thought you were doing something from the strat. That's what I was trying. I thought there was something from the strat that you've seen. That's why I'm confused.
No, there's actually. There goes Etsy, guys. It broke the try or the wedge.
Oh wow, yeah.
So Etsy's, if it can stay, if it maintain, it'd be long here. So, all right, Etsy's long. Etsy's long.
There it goes. New high of a day.
Yeah. Yeah, Etsy's long here, boys. So the longer the consolidation, the bigger the break. This thing's been consolidating for over an hour. The longer consolidation, the bigger the break. Remember that. Even on the 5 minute.
So would you use that measured move from that 2 candle from that big one?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's big 2 on the 30 or the 60. So
it's around like $4, I think.
Yeah.
So give or take.
So you'd measure up to the top. My thing's lagging. Let me pull it up on the side.
Oh, you can measure from the wick. I thought it was body only.
No. Don't measure from the wick. Just the body.
Are you still short space, Jerry? Looks like it's been consolidating for a while now.
Yeah, I'm at a, let me see. What's I'm in a position going? No, I'm out of space. I actually put a trail stop and got out of it. As soon as it started rolling over. So let's look at space up there. Okay.
Did you take a Viac short this morning?
No, I didn't. I was watching it though. How's it doing?
It's meandering. It's meandering. I mean, it's going down, but
yeah. So
needs to
space, as soon as space started curling here, I put a trail stop on it and got out. Let's look at that. Look at Etsy. Holy shit. Up 18% Etsy. Incredible. Roku's trying to break out too. Let's look at Viac. More consolidation, bigger break, guys. Remember that.
Yeah, we're gonna. I think you're gonna measure the move on Etsy. It was $4.
Yeah.
Can't believe it. Can't believe I missed that Etsy, man. That's textbook.
Yeah. So look, push up on Viac, came back down. It's hold support here on this pivot. Look here, it came down. Remember, on gap ups, I don't like playing the gap ups because they feel about 50%. You look at space, 50%. Viac, 50%. Now, Children's Place, or whatever it's called, PLCE, it did feel all the way. Now it's chopping sideways. But look, this thing starts to roll over. If it breaks 40, 49 to go lower. But if you look at the pivot here, it's kind of hammering there. It's basically dojiing. It could start to roll up and go higher. So what we want to do is mark this thing to the top side. See if it wants to come on up. Because I tell you what, on the higher time frame, just got room to go way up. It's just ugly. It's just ugly.
Jerry, check out V right now.
V.
It's right at it. It's got a point. Say you got about a $2 move. You can go. It's ready to break.
Yeah, if it breaks out of that, it can go right to
229.18.
Yep, 59.18. Yeah, it's breaking right now. So Visa's long right this second. Yeah. Good call, man. Oh yeah, I was gonna say Roku. So Visa's long here. Roku's trying to come up. It's consolidating right here. Now look, there's resistance right here at 330. All right, so if it can break 330, 60, should be gone. All right. First target will be this pivot, 332. If it breaks that pivot, she's really gone. Etsy ain't gonna stop. Oh shit, how much we up there?
I was about to say, yeah,
23%.
go have a look at Etsy again. it's
Yeah,
ripping
Etsy's
it.
at 22.67%. Love it. Love it. Well, we say, guy, market consolidation, make a break. Roku's fixing to break here too. Let me get an idea on this measurement move here. 166. It's almost $5. So 176 is target. Now look, I want to be selling into it. So if my target measurement target's 176 at 175.50, I'm going to be joining the ass for selling. All right, I might still at 174. I don't know. All right, 174, 175. I don't want to be greedy. Roku's breaking here. Roku's breaking. Needs to break that 330.80 level. It's here at 20%. Nvidia back down to 9.5%.
Nvidia hasn't broken out. I think it's still consolidating in the channel.
Yeah, if it starts to come back down, I'll take profits. I like giving them a little bit. It's easier to give them room to move when you're in the money. All right, Roku's long here. It's just still going. That's trying to come back up. I could have just been a pull back to the upside there. Roku's long here. Video. I'm gonna put me a trail stuff on the video.
It's been sitting at 580 for a while.
Yeah, it can go on up. I can always get back in it.
Jerry, check out BIIB. It's really going.
BIIV.
BIIB.
Yeah. Okay. Dang, it's fixing to break right now. BIIB.
Wow.
Yep. BIIB's long right now. That's actually a beautiful chart too, man. Price action don't get any cleaner than that. Don't get no cleaner.
Target on Roku.
What's that?
What's the target for Roku?
BIIB's long. Let me get you a chart. First target's this pivot here, 332.30. Now look, it needs to push back through this target here. If it don't, I need to cut it really quick. Okay, it needs to pop right back above. So say if it breaks 330, let me see, you want to give it a little bit of room, not much. So if it breaks like 329.50, I'd probably cut it, to be honest with you. We can always get back in it. It's trying to push some more. Novak's reversed. Etsy's still going here. Roku should push because it usually follows Etsy. I don't know why, but it does. So Etsy's still pushing here. It's almost to my target. When I get to 175.50, I'm getting it. Now it can't come back down and touch the support for going higher. So if you want to get rid of it, you can.
Jerry, check out KSS on the
KSS.
60. 212 could be a measure move straight down, elevator down.
Oh shit, 2-1-60. Dang, nice. Man, that month looks horrible on it. 3, see it. It wicked down at that level right there. 3 different times, pushed up, rejected, come back down. Yeah. Like lower lows. Whew. That thing's dying. You talking about a pivot machine gun. Shit, it's a beast. Beautiful, man. Yeah, if it breaks 52.50, she's gone. All right, got to learn on Coop just now.
Which one? Coop. Okay.
C-O-U-P.
No idea which one that is.
C-O-U-P. I'm sure I marked it a while back. If I see something, I set a level at it and we wait. All right. And look, I don't set them when they break. I set them right before. But let's take a look at it. It's 212. It's trying to go up, but look, it's hammering on a weekly. Remember, price expands. Is it expanding and trying to come back up? I don't know. Let's take a look at it. Q2. Is it an uptrend? I don't know. Right now, it's not showing me enough. It had to still cross 237.4. It's just my attention. All right, it comes Tesla back up. So Tesla on the 15 looks like it was just a TTO.
Wait, what the heck's a TTO?
Triangle it out.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, you showed that before.
So let's see if it comes back up there. So price pushed up, comes back down, and breaks out. Now look, if it comes up, it's quickly going to take out this stop, and this stop. All right.
Then it can rip.
And then it just keep going, yeah. And look, it can come to 596 today if it wants to. So look right here on the 60. 2 inside 2. Everything I do revolves around the 212, man. It's crazy. It's come back down. Look here. Etsy needs to hold support. Right there is a pivot. If it holds support, Etsy will be gone. Because the next move is always twice the first. I'm throwing a lot of shit at y'all, but it's important.
By the way, Nvidia is breaking up again. It's going up again.
Yeah, Nvidia.
Okay.
Love it. So, okay, look here real quick. This is important here, guys. This pattern plays out on all time frames. The higher time frame, of course, the bigger move. Look, as it comes up, if it holds above 173.40, if it cannot break below that, of course, it can wick down just a hair. All right, we know because price expands. That's one reason that you need to set your stops. Here, let me show you. But look, this is probably what's going to happen. Price pushed up, it's come back down. Now look, as soon as it crossed the pivot here, we enter. All right. Now, if you enter here and your stop's right on that line, you get stopped out because a lot of times price will come right back down. It's a little bit below this line here. All right. And then go right back up. If your stop is here, you're gonna be pissed when this thing takes off. Now, if it goes lower than that, then it's just reverses and come back down. But a lot of times, it'll just come down just a little bit to take these stops out, and then it's gone. So let's see if that's what happens. Now, on top of that, there's something else. From this move to this high, If this rejection goes higher, the next move is twice the first. Okay.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, because if this is, if this is a $3 move, then the next move is going to be $3. If this is a dollar move, then the next one's going to be $1. If it breaks down, it made a top, it's going to come back through. That's just something to be aware of. Because it happens a lot. Roku's broke. Roku's pushing. Be careful, Roku, because we're getting some pullbacks across the board here. Take profits when you're ready, especially if you have a smaller account.
Yeah, you're seeing Facebook starting to fail, Jerry, and same thing as Microsoft starting to come down.
Yeah. Hopefully Etsy rejects and bounces back up. Yeah, Facebook's going back down. So yeah, we can see that. So the first sign there's a problem with Facebook, it wicked out here, it came in, and then there was a shooter. It said 2-bar rush out to the downside. Look, Facebook target 313.52. So Facebook's short. Facebook's short here actually. Facebook is short. Facebook short. Tesla's supposed to be short here. All right, Tesla's short here, guys. Tesla's short. Target is 574. It's a $4 move real quick. You want to scalp? There you go. Tesla short boys.
Yeah, the Q's on the 15, you got 2 candles, so shooter. Things might be just starting to slightly roll over.
Yeah, SPY's still pushing. Tesla's short here, guys. Get a $4 move out of it.
Hey, Jerry, take a look at TGLS.
TD.
LS. Technoglass. No, TG.
Ooh, nice. Two inside. See the higher time frames. Ooh, nice. Big green bar on the moment. 2-2. Little extended on the moment. But there's a pullback right there on the daily. Push up. There's a breaking out at the 4 hour today. Man, it's strong, ain't it? What's the volume going up? Could be a TTO. It needs to come back above 2013 to go long or add. Right.
You wouldn't go short on this, would you?
Not yet. No. If I was going to go short, I'd want to see it break. I'd wait till it broke 1918. Yeah, if it broke 1918, I'd go short. Pretty strong though, so
Yeah, I saw that. The volume is really heavy.
yeah, yeah. So if you
Also,
see right here in the 5-minute, there's some, there's a lot of resistance right here, support. It could just be a TTO to the upside, so we gotta wait. So price come up, it chops sideways here, went higher. This could come back down, touch this level here, and then shoot right back up. Or it can come up, pull back slightly here and go lower. Right now it's the candle 2 inside. Go 2 up to what? We don't know. It's like playing chess. Try to predict what's going to happen. I know it don't work all the time.
Yeah, I couldn't figure, so I thought I'd ask you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I don't know everything, but we try to see. We can't, even with the best shorts, sometimes they fail. SPY is still slowly growing up through here. Target on it's 416. Slowly grinding. Sedge is still trying to come up. I'm still in Sedge up 8%, 8.7 actually. Let's take a look at Etsy. Is it still holding? All right, if you look right here on the fiber, it's still holding support there, which is a good sign. See how it wicks down here just a hair? Now look here, this candle here made a higher low.
It also looks like they're taking out stops. They come right below the line.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what it does too. So a lot of people set their stops right there. Right? And they're gonna understand that price will wick down just a hair. It's what they're doing is taking the stops out. And then what they do, send price right back up. So
Hey, Big O, could you look at Tesla for a minute? I think it might be going back the other way.
Yeah, it's a big old doji right now on 15. Making lower highs and lower lows. Right now it's in a channel.
Hey, Jerry, look at the SPY on the 30-minute. Look at the last bar that happened yesterday.
Mhm.
On the 30.
SPY's pushing pretty good still.
The one thing that the one thing I learned sort of from Rob, if you look at that last bar, it's got to get to that last, 3-bar pivot, because there might be, a lot of times they'll take that out and then turn around and reverse it right back down.
On this one here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's right there at it, ain't it?
Yep, because I've seen it so far. They'll take that stop out and then turn around and reverse that sucker right back down, because like Rob said, pivot machine gun on a lower time frame, take it on one side, turn around the other way.
Yeah. Oh, so it could come up like this. It could wick up just a little bit past it, huh? For going lower, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Basically, like you said, expand that range, and then it's just an area of interest to look at.
It's definitely, yeah, you definitely want to be aware of any areas that could be kind of problem. Novak shot straight back up through here. Etsy's coming up, so we talked about what Etsy was, what it might do, and what it can do. And right now, it's going a big hammer. Roku's still up. Look at Etsy. We talked about this just a minute ago. All right. Chop sideways here, breaks through, comes back down, test, goes up. Guess what? Let's do this. Let's measure this, and I'll show you. I'm lagging. But if you measure from 174 to pivot, you add that to the top of this right here, and that's your target. Roku still pushing. Sedge pushing. I must have set a limit on Sedge because I got out. I'm happy with it though. I'm up pretty good on it. Sedge is breaking. I don't know why I did that. Sedge is pushing right here. So Sedge is long. I guess I'll get back in it. I didn't want to do that. Sedge can move another $4 or $5. There's an next 15-minute candle. All right, that's crazy. Novaks shut down, shooting right back up. Made a higher low, rolling back up. So Novaks breaks 146.69. It's gonna be long than 147. It's going up. It's reversing right here. It's trying to. Yeah, sort of right here.
Same with Tesla, I think, trying to reverse out.
Yeah. Tesla's just a choppy shit mess. On Tesla, I'm usually just scalping just a little bit. So I'm probably in Tesla maybe no more than a couple minutes usually. Yeah, so 3 doji inside 15, still inside 60. So anything can happen. All right, let's look at a 2-1 scan real quick. 2-1 work day. That's a nice one. All right, so on the consolidations, I put alerts on the top of them. We got a big hammer, measure move 60. Yeah.
You got McDonald. Jerry got McDonald's on the 30, 212. Measure move up to 233.
ZS, look at ZS right quick. Big push up, measure move. Guess what? Come back down and retest pivot, and now it's trying to come back up. So I can do a pivot machine gun, come straight up to what? 171.82 and go higher. So let's mark this right quick at 170.92. So look, it came down, tested, it can't go lower, right? So it's only got one way to go, and that's up. AVGO's alerting. AVGO. I'll take a look at McDonald's just a second. Sedge is long, Roku's still long. AVGO's breaking 2125 are up. Measure move 60. AVGO's still on. AVGO long, Tesla's coming up. Crazy, man. Crazy. I guarantee it, Etsy's pulled back on the 15 back up. Mickey D's. Mickey D's long right here. Target 233. Boy, it's pretty right there. It's a TTO on the weekly. Push up, going. Hammer back up. Look at that big old red candle there. Tell you what, McDonald's could be a swing. Corey, McDonald's could be one hell of a swing, buddy. Sedge is long, Roku add to it. Etsy's fixing his triangle on the out. Just like we talked. Head support pushing back up here, just like AVGO. Look, McDonald's 212, 30. Yeah, exactly. Beautiful. All right, look, pushed up, came back down, base, trying to come back up. So really, Etsy, you could add to it right this second. First target being 174.69. Tesla coming right back up.
Big, if it's not too much to ask for, could you kindly just draw that TTO part there just so I could see it again, please?
Yeah. I'll draw on 15. That's pushed up. Actually, it pushed up here, pulls back, pushes up here, pulls back, pushes up here, pulls back. That's going. So each time it pulls back and crosses, makes a triangle. See it?
Yep.
That's a TTO.
Oh, got it.
Yep. So let me show you this too. All right, price pushed up. It goes inside here. All right. As soon as it comes back up, you can add or enter here. And then look, it goes inside again and back up. As soon as it crosses, you can add again. And look, each time it pushes up, past or into or add, it comes back down and wicks out just a little bit. See that wick there?
Yep.
So look, if you took it long here, because we would have took it long there. Do this. We took it long here on this break consolidation. That's where we did take it long. Yeah. See how it wicked down?
Yep.
A little bit. We're going higher. But that's just a triangle layout right here. Just pushed up, back, out.
Thank you.
So it just makes a triangle. So triangle they out is all it is. So a triangle layout, all it is it really is just profit taking or a pullback or a dip. It's Rob just calls them TTO. And also as it comes down, it takes out stops.
Hey, Jerry, it looks like a space just broke. It's
We're trying to
support,
push back up.
push down.
See? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So space can come on down to 1791. See? Remember, longer consolidation, bigger break. It could be a big push down here. Nice find, man. Yeah. So space is short here. ZS just got to work on it. All right. ZS is long here, guys. Target's the top of this candle here. So same pattern that we saw on Etsy, pushed up, retest gone. Look here. This move was 172 to 169. So it's a $2 move. So target on this thing is 174. 174. ZS is long. ZS is long.
Jerry, check out that measured move on Cisco on the 60. What a beautiful measured move.
1 second. Gotta get that money. I hate putting entries in the iPad. So fucking slow. You know, really, a few seconds makes a big difference. All right, what was that again, Reverend? I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Cisco, look at the
Oh, yeah.
60-minute. Look at that
Yes.
beautiful measured move off that first candle.
Oh shit! That was on our watch list this morning, man. Dang it! Filled that gap up nicely. Still going, yeah. So that measure move's almost done. I'm gonna have to get me another monitor in here so I can put the gaps on it. Dude, that 5 minute, it don't get no better than that. That is damn clean. It could come and see $54 for once today.
You know what I did, Jerry, is I got a 32-inch monitor, and you know how you flip between. I put all the time frames on one screen. This way you don't have to flip. You see it all right in front of you.
Oh yeah, I've got two more monitors too besides this one that I'm looking at now that I keep open all the time. But I like to have a third just for the
Yo, you're
gaps.
gonna need the monitors, man. With all you scan all day, you need some more monitors.
Yeah, well, I like the monitors because I can see them instantly.
Yeah.
Like I don't need a scan. I can just look over and say, hey, this thing's, Tesla's made a higher low and trying to come back up. Even though it's doji, Novax is chopping sideways and trying to come back up. Now it's made a lower high. SQ's chopping sideways. Etsy's making a good push, trying to come back up, making a new high. Roku's pushing up. VIX just formed a big ass shooter down, which is great for SPY. SPY's pushing, Q's pushing. So I can see them instantly.
Yeah, the monitors help a lot. I got 7 of them myself.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Highly recommend getting them.
Your table must be amazing to have 7 monitors.
Yeah, I've got 3. I got a couple laptops.
No wonder you're always calling stuff out every day.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that helps, what I recommend is get one monitor that you put all the 30s of the sectors on it. And then from that sector, you can tell which one's moving. Then from there, I have a list of what I drill down on that sector, and I go through and I start cherry picking which ones are the best.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And me,
Anybody
I've
else
got,
seen Rob's setup?
yeah, he got a bunch. What
Yeah.
he's doing is, I'll show you what he's doing. He's got all the sectors on there, and he knows,
Which
he can
one's
look at a glance to see exactly where the money's moving and what's the top one. So in this brand new course he just put out, he actually gives a watch list. All right. So what I did is I took and I wrote down all the ETFs that he's watching on each screen. I made a watch list of them, and they're right here. So sometimes I'll have a scan to see the top one. So today it's FAS. And then out of each of those, I went online and researched the top 20, 30 holdings in each one. So now I find the top sector, and I can go right to see the top ones in that sector.
Yeah, because you only need 1 or 2 names in each sector, and you just go to that every, once you know which sector's moving.
And another one good to do is I have a watch list of just all the Dow stocks. So you can click and see which ones are the best ones, which ones are the worst ones, know which one to go get, which one to go short.
As you're trying to break here, guys, get ready. It's trying to TTO. I told you, look, if you'd enter long, first target 174.69. Look at TTO. Remember this pattern: push up, held support, gone. All right. This pattern happens on all time frames, just like ZS.
Flip coming.
ZS, I'm up 4%.
Video is breaking out.
Yeah, sure is. The video. That thing's been a beast, man. The last 2 or 3 days, that's a monster. Big measure move 60. Look at there, 212 on a 30. Look, pushed up, chopped sideways, gone. It's a 212 all the time. 212. Says it's breaking.
How's Tesla doing?
Kick myself in the ass. It's trying to make higher highs. I don't know why I had a limit on sales. That sucks. It's all right though. It sucks. Yeah, in the video, it chopped like a damn mess yesterday, but overall, it moved up all day. Tesla's trying to make higher highs here. So if you look at Tesla, it's inside 60 still. What time is it? We got 2 minutes to the flip. Trying to come back up. So if you look on the 15, it pushed up, came back down, it's trying to push up. So now it could be a pullback to the downside, or it could be a reverse off that 3.
Jerry, check out NETS. Look at the weekly.
Oh, Etsy's long here. Etsy's longer break or ad. Etsy longer ad. So look, I called exactly what was going to happen on Etsy, and that shit happened, didn't it?
Yep.
I told you.
We just set a new high as well. Solid.
Yeah. I said it's going to hold. I said if it holds support here, I said first it's going to wick down below the pivot to stop your ass out. Then you're going to be pissed when it goes higher. And then boom. This computer's so laggy. Now look at ZS too. I'm in ZS early. Same thing.
Jerry, NETS. I mean NTES. Look at that weekly and look at the pivot machine gun. It's got to move up to 134 pretty easy.
Gotcha. So ZS, I'm up 5%. But look, same thing on this. 1530, it pushed up, came back down, retest, gone. Right? So it can quickly come back up through range on this, taking all these stops out. That's why they work so good. See these stops here? Quickly come up to there. Take this one out, this one out, this one out, this one out. So your first target's here. Right? And really you get to move twice the first. So 69, 72. It's a $3 move. So target on this thing would be 175.
Similar setup in MasterCard as Etsy.
What's that?
Similar setup in MasterCard as Etsy on
Oh,
the 15.
You said NTES, Corey?
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty. Two down, up. So it's just making some. It's making some iron hoses. Pretty. This thing did pretty good the other day. I think we were watching or something, weren't we? Right there, it bounced off support on the weekly. Yeah, support. The more times it touches and bounces, the stronger it is. All right. And look, it bounced, it can't go lower. So what does it do? It's gonna come right back up to 134. You talk about a swing, that's a swing. That's fucking a 20-hour move. Look here, on 4-hour clear uptrends. Push up, back, up, up. Big old gap. Yeah, so it's making higher highs. Yeah, NTS breaks 118.15. Be long. Now,
I tell you that
Etsy.
that pivot
Okay.
study you put out there is just money. Tells you all the minefields are at.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that thing, man.
Which one was that?
Pivot study. See these,
Yeah.
the green and red lines? Man, it helps me so much. Now look on Etsy. We're getting a pullback. Now, where it broke out here, it can do the same thing. It will wick out just a hair or wick back down just a little bit and then keep going. Let's look at it right quick. Pushed up, test, pushed up, go back. Now look, see that here's where it breaks out right here. All right. Now it can come back down and wick out just a hair, not that much, just a hair before going higher here. All right.
It's a good time. So when it does that dip, it's a good time to reload contracts if you want.
Yeah, so you want to reload when it crosses back above this high. Of course, you can load in the bottom, but look, if this thing reverses, you're stuck.
True, true.
I like to add as soon as it comes across the high. I'm paying a bit more money, but it's there's a greater chance it's gonna continue back a higher high. SQ broke out here back up. So Roku's trying to go back up, but yeah, let's take a look at it. Breaks out here. All right, so you could add here or enter when it breaks. You know, just took that 2-2 up. But anyway, because this big red candle's money. Comes back up, it breaks. Now look, if you set your stop right on the break, and this thing comes back down and looks just a hair, we stopped out before it goes higher. Now look, if it breaks back, if it starts making a big red candle down, then you want to exit, because the same thing with pivot machine gun going up, the pivot machine gun down, so it can quickly come back down. So there's a fine line in here. Same here. You know it can come down, but it's got to stop. That's why we can have a tight stop. But you got to give enough room to move. SQ's pushing.
Hey, Jerry, check out BA. It's getting ready to go.
Yeah.
It just got a few more cents to clear this one pivot.
Oh shit, nice. The gap filling? 227 gap fills it. Yeah, 2112 up. Damn. There's a big old gap fill there. It'd probably do it today. Hard time for him to look. 212 is trying to reverse in the month. Boy, this could just be a pullback to the downside though on the weekly. On the 4-hour, it's 212 up, trying to gap fill. I don't know. It could fill the gap and come back down. Or it could just say, hey, I'm tired of going lower, let's go higher. And if it does decide to reverse, it's going to happen right here first. That's a 212. Boy, it wants it. Yeah, so if VA breaks 226.93, be long. The target's going to be 227.50. Tesla's still trying to come up here. Novak's trying to come back up.
Space at a new low, the one that you called breaking down.
Yeah, space is gonna be good. It's gonna go ahead and make it down the bottom here. Look at Etsy. When they work, they work. All right, there's a TTO. If it breaks 175.14, that's your place to add, guys. Novak's trying to come back up. I'm still in Novak, down a little bit, 3%. All right, Novak's making higher high here. So Novak's is long. First target 147.95. That's trying to come back up. Says still long. There, slowly making higher highs.
How's SPY looking?
SPY still looking good, 160. Yeah, Facebook's long at 318. Inside. Miller high 30.
VXX looks like a nice short, Jerry.
VXX. SPY's still long here, guys.
Oh, surprised Tesla started coming down. Look at the 5-minute. Weird.
Yeah. Tesla's just chopping. It really needs a strong break out of this chop. You look at it right here. It's stuck between 584 and 577. Yeah, it needs to come out inside there. See on the 60, it's inside. All right, Etsy's trying to TTO again here. Yeah.
Hey Jerry, LabVIEW is moving. I think we might have missed the bulk of the move, but there's a lot of pivots on the hourly.
Ooh, nice. Let's chop a little bit here.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jeffrey. Screw Tesla.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I'm legit adding that to the ban list, banning myself.
Yeah, it works good, but sometimes it could just be a choppy ass mess. I got to stop that too. If you got to stop that for that. We'll make up for it, I dare you that. Tesla will give me my money back, I guarantee it.
HD's at highs.
Ooh, yeah, fine, man. 212 continuation measure move on the 60. And look, it breaks that pivot, 319.03. She's gone. So let's set it up for HD breaks 319. Long.
That's roughly what, 4.5 or 475 of measure move
Let's see.
on the 60.
Yep, 314.50, 318.50. Yep, $4. So target would be 321. or 322. All right, HD's long here, guys. Hell yeah, good find, man. That's what we're talking about. HD long. HD long.
Yeah, whoever called out that Labu, it looks good. It's got an ATR of a 7, and it's only up 5.3, and it looks like it's got a lot of pivot machine gun going up.
Long ways to go, don't it? Lubu. Yeah, Lubu's a X3, ain't it? So yeah, Lubu's long right now. And there's a big
You know what's
reason why.
happening? What's also, Jerry, happening in SPY, you're getting, as the day moves on, more and more sectors are turning green, which is causing that SPY to rip.
Yeah, SPY's looking good. It's still strong as shit. Look, it wants to have 416. It's moved $4 almost today.
I think
Which is
there's also a
incredible.
gap fill at 417. I might be wrong, but I think there is.
Yeah, I think there is. It's about filled it, but it's got a little bit more to go. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I think the closer we get to VIX in the teens, that thing will really start moving.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, that gap fill, there's not much left, but 417.40.
Looks like UPST might have triggered on the 30. Got a few pivots down. If it continues down, but I don't know if I'd want to short it right now.
UPST, 2 up, 2 down, 60. 212 down.
Yeah, I think it
Here's
just
another thing
broke
too. If
that.
you see a hammer up near the top, it's a sign of weakness. So it can come on down here if it wants to. That's a higher result. Ooh, it's strong though. Could just be a pullback to the upside. If it wants to come down. I don't know. It's so damn strong, man. I don't see it coming down.
Yeah, I don't trust
too
that
long.
one. I'm just gonna
I
let
say
that
it
one
gotta come
ride.
back up.
I
It
think
probably
it's
come back
came
up
back
to
down.
145. Here's what I think's gonna happen. Sure. I think we're just looking at a pullback to the upside. Come up. Tested this. Back there. I think it's gonna maybe come down just a little bit and then go back higher. VIX is down, spies to the moon. VIX is straight down, solid red
VIX is
line.
at like 18, right? Someone mentioned that.
2049. Let's say.
Wait, I thought it's at 18-ish.
Yeah, VIX is at 2060 something.
Yeah, what I said is we want to get it in the teens, then you get less movement during the day. Usually when it's in the 20s, you get the SPY move about 1.5%.
UPS here on the 60. You see it push up, it come back down and test it. Well, it broke to the pivot, right? Pretty good candle. Came back down, retested. Now it's going right back up. So whenever you see something breaking the pivot, watch for the retest. And the retest happens a lot on like the daily and stuff. SPY's long here. You're gonna add to it. Yeah, target's 417 on this thing. First target 416. Look, there's a pivot right here on 15. It's breaking out of. Facebook, pivot machine gun 318. Look, we can see a 212 on Facebook. Back to the upside here. Is Rob Smith's room closed today?
Say that again.
It was in a video. Somebody said Rob Smith's room's closed today or something.
Oh, I don't know.
The video is going to probably go all damn day. Look there. See the 5 minute? it breaks through pivot, comes back down, retest, you gotta go back up again. Okay, somebody's talking about roll. Okay. SPY still going. Yeah. Yeah, NW, yeah, exactly right about them big red and green candles. So yeah, I consider them nothing but a gap because price can move them so quickly. There's no resistance. And you're right. And I first discovered that exactly with a TPO chart. Yeah. Yeah. So here on a 5 minute, I actually keep it up a TPO study on it. Right now, I used to have the volume indicator running in the background. I've got it to 0. But yeah, that's how I determined they were just gaps, basically. But they work well too because there's so many stops stacked really tightly together. I keep the TPO up still just for the point of control because it can act as support and resistance in the first part of the day. And for the people that don't know, point of control is basically where the most shares are bought and sold in the day.
Hugo, would you say there that part? What's that word?
TPO. Oh,
No,
point of control.
Yeah, sorry.
Mm-hmm. So it's point of high, point of low, and then point of control.
Got it.
So it's just a study. It's just a volume at price in the study.
Mm-hmm. You're like an encyclopedia, man. I love this.
Man, I did a lot of studying, a lot of shit. It's like in the resource channel. If you guys go to the resource channel, there's a lot of stuff there.
Yep.
I have read so much and studied so much stuff. If it's in there, I use it every day. So I cut out all the noise. So you don't have to go through stuff and read stuff and study stuff if it's not important. If it's in there, bet your ass I use it. And don't try to put garbage out there. I try to cut the learning curve pretty quick. So Facebook's trying to come up to 318, hit machine gun. So see, I made a lot higher low here. 2 down, 2 up, right back up to 318. It breaks 318. It'll be long. First target will be 318.45. Oh yeah, I'll show you. The volume profile settings. The TPO setting. All right. Somebody's asked about these the other day. So automatic 1 aggregates on the day. 1,000. Show the point of control, yes. Value area, yes. See the opacity is at 0. If I change this, you'll be able to see it on the 5 minute. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh wow. I seen that some people in the charts. I was wondering what that was.
So let me. It opens. It starts a new one each day. So if we got a big red candle, well, see this big green candle here?
Yep.
See how it's hollow here? Let me try to draw it for you. It's hollow. So the further this thing sticks out, there's more shares being bought and sold in this point here. So in this area here, that purple line is, that's where the most have been bought and sold at. So all the most volume is in this area, in this price range, this volume at price. And it just happens to be 666. But when there's big green candles, there's a gap there. There's not much being bought and sold. So price quickly comes up through this range. These big green candles here, price
Yep.
quickly comes up through here. So when you see a big green candle on a higher time frame, that's why I consider it a gap, because there's a gap in the volume. So
Oh, okay.
price
Got it.
consolidates in this range, right? So there's more resistance in here. So when I say price needs to get out of a range, this is why. Because it can get stuck in here. Tesla's doing the same thing right now. Tesla's stuck inside this range here. All right. So we want to see Tesla break out of this damn thing. Then we can, because right now you can't trade this. There's enough range in here to trade it, right? But you're gonna get chopped up. So when Rob says don't trade inside bar, this is basically just a big inside bar here. So point of control comes up here. Most shares are bought and sold in this level. And you can
Okay.
see it because the volume profile, it sticks out. See how just the blue comes to here?
Yeah.
Now on this big green candle here, see how volume stucks in there? There's no, so say price is down here and it starts coming up. As soon as it gets in this range, it can quickly just make a big move right here. So it's hollow here. It's hollow in this area. And it's pretty much hollow in this area. There's a little bit of shares bought and sold right here because of this level here. So if price breaks out here, it can quickly come down because there's nothing to stop it from just falling. And same thing, if it breaks out the top, it needs to break out this top here. And when it does, price can quickly come up through here because it's hollow in here. Right? And look, and even right here is a gap down right. So if we get through this level here, then there's nothing to stop it whatsoever here. So that's why we say gaps fill, they can fill very quickly. And they can too. When it comes to this range, it can fill so quick. But there's also, you can't see it, there's a gap above this range too. There's an actual gap in price. So one way or the other, this thing's gonna move when it breaks out of this area. Yeah. And also in the resources, there's some literature in there about playing gaps, gap ups or gaps down. Yeah, gap downs. I love a gap down, especially if it's a simultaneous gap down across the board. I love them because all you gotta do is wait in the morning, and price will eventually find a bottom. So you wait till it finds a bottom, you'll see a 2, and then you'll see a higher 2, and that's when you'll take it. And the first target is where the first candle open of the day. So that's your first target. The next target is the actual gap fill. So on gap fills, if we're trading this gap fill and there's a low lying candle over here, a lot of times price will come right up to the bottom of that candle there and can reject and go lower. So actually your first target is after the open, it's going to be the lowest candle, right? Even though the actual gap fill would be, maybe a little bit higher. So the first target's open, second would be the lowest hanging candle, third would be actually gap fill. And then from there, you can keep going. We had something that opened up like that this morning and did that. Quite a few of them.
So, but typically on a gap down, it usually hits the target, right?
Yeah, a lot of times. Yep. And the thing too is, the bigger the name, the quicker they get bought up. And the reason being is because anybody that's holding long-term positions, they want to buy this thing at a discount. So they'll snatch that stuff up real quick just to throw it in their portfolio. Yeah. And on gap ups, they can fill completely like PLCE, or they'll fill about 50% before turning around.
And that's what SPY did, right? Because the fill was 417 a couple of days ago. It barely touched it or almost went to and it came back down.
Yeah. Yeah, so gap up. I'd rather play a gap down and a gap up. Etsy's trying to roll over here. The point is, when you're in these trades, man, you don't never want to be, if you're coming up to target, it's best to, especially have a small account, it's best to go ahead and take profit before you get to there, because you want to sell into the strength. So to sell into it, you want to join the ask, so that way you're setting your price you're comfortable taking, right? So you're getting the top of the ask. So a lot of times you'll catch a gamma spike, which I've caught them, over $100 a contract. So if it comes up to your target and you're like, okay, I'm going to sell now, well, price can come right up to target and reject. So when it rejects, especially if you're in options, your price can quickly diminish, right? Then you're chasing the bid, right? So now you've given up the spread, so you're losing, 10, 20, $50 depending on how big the spread is, just to get the hell out with any profit. But if you sold it as it was selling, as it's coming up the strength, 50 cents away to $1 away, depending how big it is, man, you're getting your price. So, a lot of times I'll sell before it gets to it. And even if it runs up another few dollars, I don't care, because I'm happy with what I've got. Right? Because a bunch of times I got greedy and it comes right up to it and reverses, and I end up losing. I don't lose money. I mean, I do lose. I'm losing money on the table, but I probably would have made just as much selling early. And there's a lot of times I'll take it early just to see it keep going, but I don't worry about that.
That's happened to me way too many times. I've screwed up runners countless times.
Yeah. So it's best just to set a target. When it gets to it, sell into it. Because a lot of times you'll catch them big gamma spikes, man. It makes up for that extra dollar move. Yeah. Looks like Facebook's still trying to go here. Yeah, so Tesla's still right smack dab in the center, just chopping sideways. I was doing.
Hey, Jerry, look at the SPY on the 30 minute. Look at SPY on the 30 minute. Look where it crashed, right on that pivot. I say crash means stopped.
Yeah. Those pivots are so powerful. I'm like it. When they come these pivots, they can do one of three things. I can't. My thing's lagging now, but it can shoot straight through the pivot. It can come up to the pivot, pull back, and then go higher, or it can hit the pivot and just completely reverse. So there's three different things that can happen when it comes to them pivots. And there's things that can happen after it breaks through the pivot. So yeah, it broke through the 15 pivot. It comes right up to this one. Now it's testing its form backside. So, say that pivot here was target, and you want to sell before it gets to that target, or say your 417 was target. And that's one reason you want to sell into your target, because of the possibilities that can happen. Now, SPY can hit this target on the 30-minute chart, pull back, and then just continue to go higher, right? So if you look on a 5-minute, I mean, all these charts here, there's not much of a pullback. It's extended. So having pullbacks is healthy, really. You need your pullbacks.
Hey, Big O, could you look at Etsy? Just want to get your opinion on it.
Yeah, this thing's lagging right now. Let me look at it on set off.
Maybe your PC needs a restart.
Hey, I need a new one. This thing here's got so much stuff going on with it. I'm running so much stuff with it. So I don't trade on this one. I've got another laptop I trade on. I usually talk to you guys and look at charts on this one. Novak's trying to come back up. Come on, man. When it straightens out, no, it's not set up, but all right, Etsy right now is inside of a range. It needs to hold 173. So if you're still long to hold that 173, it needs to hold that pivot on the 5-minute. It's gonna be, I'll go back in it now. All right, you see in Etsy, do you have your pivot study up on the 5 minute?
Your screen doesn't have anything.
Yeah. Do you have? Well, I'm looking at it on. I got another laptop open.
Yeah, I'll pull mine up then.
Yeah. So at 173.28, there's a pivot. It's testing that pivot again, the same one it touched earlier before breaking out. So if you're long, it needs to hold 173.
Yeah.
If it breaks 173, it can start coming down lower. Yeah, start going lower. Roku shine roll says a 212.15, 212 reversal on the 30. So on my big screens, I keep up the 15, 30, and 60-minute charts because I want to know what's happening overall. Because if you get so focused on the smaller time frames, you won't see the big picture. So you always want to know what's going on all time frames. That's what makes this stretch so good, is you can actually see everything. What the hell's going on with this? Can you hear me still?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, my screen went blank. VIX is pulling way up. Way up. It's gonna bring stuff down with it, but it could just be another shakeout.
Etsy broke 173.
Yeah, so it's probably and VIX is pulling up too. So yeah, so Etsy, you need to get out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like, Jerry, once that SPY hit that 30-minute pivot, it seemed like it just did a U-turn.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you look at VIX, it's a big hammer. I mean, it shot straight back up.
On the 5-minute, on the SPY, you could catch a nice PMG right back down to the, to that point of control.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look at Etsy and Roku, it's a 212 reversal on the 30. So.
Looks like Tesla might be breaking down too.
Yeah, we need to see it break through that range. Need to take out that 3 on 15. Facebook made a lower high. If you come right back down to 315. Now VIX is really bad about shaking people out, so it'll shoot straight up and then come right back down. And it's been doing the last since Monday.
Well, what do you type in for VIX? I do VXX, but I see it at 40.
VIX.
Using the wrong one.
VIX. They probably all do the same.
Well, I think it's just like where it's like ES and S&P, where futures or whatever, they're pretty much very similar.
Yeah. In the scan room, so I got my workspaces in there, pivot scans, the 10% scan, that 2-1 scans in there. It's all toward the top. If you go to the Discord scan room, all my scans and everything's in there.
That's all for TOS, right?
Yeah, TOS. Yeah, but there's some scans in there too for, I think, trade stations, TrendSpider, some other stuff.
Okay, I'll have a look at it again because I got TradingView and I got TrendSpider.
Yeah, I think there's some studies in there for that. Somebody was asking about the 2-1 scan. What was that? ANW. Yeah. Yeah. If you're trading options, you have to be very careful. And, whenever I take a trade, I take one contract because I can always add to it. But if I'm wrong, I get out with a small loss. You never really want to go in with more than one contract at all. And if you're new to options, there's a book and resources. It's about options. Dude, it's a mandatory read. You need to read it. It's no question about it. You got to understand the Greeks and the delta and theta and gamma and IV and all that stuff. You got to know it if you're going to trade options. So many times people get in options and they don't have a clue. Theta is something very important they got to know. And also, if I call something out, if it's expensive, you always want to try to get at least a delta of around 30 cents. So that way, if it moves $1, you get 30.
Jerry, I've been having
$2, you get 60.
trouble trying to add. When I add, I move my stop up and it seems like it stopped out every time.
Yeah. They whip back just a hair each time. On Etsy, how it whipped back on that TTO. Sometimes you have to open it up just a hair. Or they come back and then like reversing, they come back and just keep going higher.
No, they'll pull back just low enough to take me out, and then they'll go. It's like if I buy one contract and then on an ad I add maybe 3, it raises my average up. Mm-hmm. So I raise my stop up to my average to break even, and it seems too tight, and it just comes down and takes me out.
Yeah. Well, with options, you've got to give it more room than you think, because the IV gamma spikes are key. So say the price is pushing up, right? It's doing great, and all of a sudden it pulls back 10 cents. The IV or the gamma spike will knock you out instantly. You got to give it a little bit more strength. What I do is, and I don't suggest that new people do this, but if you are religious about stopping yourself out, then it's okay. If you have a problem cutting losers, you need to use a hard stop. But I'll put an alert up. I'll put an alert at price. If it breaks below a certain price, I'll stop at it immediately. And that's what saves me a lot of times. Because if I just put a stop, if I put a hard stop real close, it's hard to control it with options and IV and the spikes and stuff. So if you're really good about cutting it really quick, you can do that. Otherwise, you got to give it a little bit more room.
Hey, Jerry, I just looked it up. VIX is made by the CBOE, and VXX is a Barclays ETF. So they're different. They're 2 different instruments, basically tracking the same thing.
It's going to be like futures and S&P, right? That's gotcha. They're correlation with each other.
Yep.
That's why I got confused when he said 18. I'm like, man, I see 40. What the hell am I looking at?
The one thing you want to make sure is on that VXX is a ETN. Those things deteriorate so fast. So if you're trading it, you don't hold it more than a day because they decay.
Got it.
PLCE, what the hell? Look at this thing. PLCE, touch bottom, come right back up. Look here. See a big red candles? Money. There's a 2. You want to see a beautiful 2-2? Here you go. 2 down, 2 up. We're off pivot low. So PLCE can come up and see 103 today. So we get a pullback on the 5-minute, we can get in this thing. So on the 5-minute, pushed up, came back down, tested pivot, right back up. So anytime we see huge red and green candles, man, that is money. That is money. All right, Tesla's trying to break to the downside here. All right, we get a chance to get in PLCE, we're going to get in it. First target's going to be 97.13. When it comes up to these pivots, they can do one of three things. They can come up and break straight through it. They can come up, pull back, then go higher. They can come up, touch it, and go right back down. Because price can come up with just a hair and then come back down. And then price starts to expand from there. All right, there's a pullback on the 5 minute. So as soon as it crosses back above 95.69, there's a chance to get in it. All right. Now on Etsy, these tickers have been moving quite a bit. On Etsy, on the 60, we got a 2-2 inside. Now, if you go over on the 15, which is still pushed back up. The thing is, we don't know if it's just a reversal or a pullback. So if you're down, it's best to cut it at a small loss. You know, we can always get right back in it. You don't want to be down $200 and then hope it's gonna, you know, it's gonna catch and pull back up. You don't want to do that. Cut it for small loss. You can always get back in it and get your money back and then some. Pull back. You never want to chase either. You want to wait on a pullback to get in these things.
Jerry,
I know when I
you
used to get in it.
Jerry, do you ever take pullbacks back to VWAP and then see if it gets bought and then go back, or are you just doing straight strat?
Just straight. I know a lot of people talk about VWAP. I've never done that. I don't know how to do it.
I've used VWAP, but I use the anchored one. Kind of enjoy that one.
Now, Big D, he's a big proponent of VWAP.
What is the anchor one?
It's on TrendSpider. It's created by, I forgot that gentleman's name. But it usually plays off the highest, the lowest low. And it gives you like a channel if you play the VWAP and the anchor, because then you get the highest and the lowest low. Comes into a channel, and then it kind of helps you decide if you want to play the long or short. I can probably post a picture here somehow to show you it.
So he must be taking like VWAP 1.0, 2.0, and just looking at the range. That's what he's probably doing.
I don't know how he does it, but I use both of them. I use the VWAP for the highest high and the lowest low, and then I'll play it off the bounce.
Yeah. So you can play VWAP 1.0, 2.0, whatever the range you want to play. I understand what he's doing.
Yeah. And then, like I said, you pick your time frames, right? 5 or 15 for a quick scalp.
Yeah, Russell, I like Etsy and Roku. Here's my favorites: NVIDIA, Tesla, Novak, Etsy, Roku. Those have been my favorites here lately. And Baidu. I used to watch Baidu all the time, but it wasn't performing there for a while. I've made more money with Baidu than any other ticker. I probably should be watching it again.
Wow.
I love Baidu.
So right now on the 5 minute, the Tesla is rejecting the lowest low on the anchored VWAP. So it's a decent play.
Yeah. There's enough frames to trade Tesla. Boy, it's still chopping though. So on Baidu, it's a 212 hammer, but you can see it came down and rejected on this weekly. It could start to come back up through there. Baidu was stuck in a range for a long time.
But do you ever notice that during lunch hours, everything kind of like settles down, goes down a bit to get prepared for the next leg?
Yeah, it slows down. Then it usually gets like a second breath.
Yeah.
Two.
I usually take lunch hour off for that reason, because it just seems like it's settling and consolidating somewhere before the next leg is going to happen. Whether up or down, we don't know.
All right, looks like a lot of stuff kind of reverse. Roku 212, Etsy 212 down, SQ 2 up, 2 down.
212. Is that on one sec? Could I see that on your
It's kind of
screen?
reversals.
Could I see Etsy again, please, on your screen? You called it 212. I just wanted
Yeah.
to look at it quickly again. Thank you.
212 down. The first target on it is 171.45.
Oh, that's how it works. So your target is the candle before its lowest point if it's reversing.
Yeah. So according to the strat, if you take this 212, you take it as soon as this candle here breaks the 1.
Got
Your
it.
next target or your first target, actually that one's a little bit lower. So that'd be your first target, but your real target's here, 171.56. Now, they call it a 2-bar rev strat, right? And all that is a failed inside bar. It's just a nice way of saying, hey, it failed.
It could possibly reverse from here though, right?
It could, but it's really strong.
On the
Really
down,
strong.
yeah.
But if you look at the higher time frames, it's a 312, but it's got a hammer on the month. Here's a 222, which is a sign it wants to come back up. And if Etsy comes back up, it can quickly come back up. Because first there's a big red candle, second there's a gap. So it can fill this gap today if it wants to. But it made a big move up this morning.
Oh yeah, it was massive.
So after a big move, it needs a rest. So you see the inside bar here? This is a rest. So this could push up later today. Who knows? Maybe after lunch, roll over. So right now I wouldn't be interested in shorting it so much, as I would just be waiting on it. Because
it can consolidate, right? Then just push up for the next leg.
Absolutely, yeah. Because it's in the middle of a gap fill right now. Tesla's in a channel. It needs to come out one side or the other still. So if you look at it, it's just one big channel. Okay. So I'm not interested in taking it until it gets out of this.
Well, if you look at SPY and QQQ, they both look like, like everything else. They went up, they're exhausted, taking a breath and ready to roll.
That's exactly right. Yeah, so, after any big move, it needs a rest. It's healthy. They need a rest. Yeah, they need a rest. So also, every time frame needs its own rest. It needs its own pullback.
That's correct too. You're right. That's something I always forget to look at sometimes.
Yeah. So Tesla right now is inside 60 because of this tight range here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you trade it inside? You can, if there's enough range, and there's enough range here, but there's no real direction here. You're gonna get chopped up.
I guess it's just better wait for that breakout from either side.
It is, yeah, absolutely it is.
Well, the one that's going for sure is space. It's still going down.
Yeah, space, yeah. SPCA. Yeah, she's slowly grinding. Started 1791.
I think most of the charts, like SPY and all of them, if you pull up SPY, they look very similar. They all have the same move.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, and it's like stocks in the same sector.
Yeah.
Start looking the same. Yeah. So this is a big ass move on this thing. You see, there's no red bars on there. Right?
That's
now,
huge.
There's a pullback on the 5. There's some pullbacks on this 15, but there's no pullback on this one. You could probably consider this one a small pullback, a wick. So each time frame needs its own pullback. So
I would actually prefer a pullback right now for the next leg up.
Yeah. So push up, touches pivot, comes back, and then rips.
Yeah, you set your pivot point for what? 414. No, 414 is low as well.
So on these pivots, it needs to break this pivot first, then it needs to break this pivot, and that pivot.
Yeah. I meant on the downside. Do you have a channel set up for your pivot points from the bottom? Like,
Yeah, 407.
oh wow.
There's a pivot here and pivot here. They form automatically.
You know your red and green lines, that's automatic from your broker?
No, it's a custom study I put in there.
It's amazing. I was wondering, I'm like, how is he pulling these up?
Yeah. Yeah, they form automatically. So there's a pivot study on each time frame.
Crap, I don't think TradingView has that. God damn it.
I need it. Because look, every time there's a pivot break, you see high volume.
Yeah.
But then when it comes and retests it, man, it's crazy. You see SPY, it breaks through pivot here on the daily, big push up, then gap. And then a gap up. It runs. Man, crazy. It shows channels too. So I can easily tell compounding side bars, channels, channel breaks, retests. There's so much stuff I can tell just by.
Hey, Big O,
If
do
you
you
don't-
have any members in your Discord that use TradingView that I can speak to?
Yeah,
To
yeah.
see what they-
What you do in TradingView, go to facebook.com and there's a site called Strat, and a lot of people post, scripts for either TOS or TradingView.
Oh, okay. Beautiful. Thank you. I was wondering, because everything looks so TOS orientated. I'm like, crap, what am I going to do?
Well, how come they don't let you use TOS in Canada?
Well, first thing is because obviously, it doesn't make any sense to me though, but TOS is based in America, supposedly. Second thing is they changed the rule. It used to be a $5,000 account to activate it. Now they've set it up to $25,000 minimum just to open the account.
Well, just to open it?
Yes, like if you want to have a
Okay.
Thinkorswim and to trade in there, the minimum to start is $25,000.
What you ought to do is come across to the US and then open up a US account. And once you have it, you should be able to use it. Just use it for just charting.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Didn't you think of that? Huh.
So Etsy's trying to roll over here.
Yeah, I use TradingView if you want to reach out.
Could I get your name, buddy? If you can post it
This
in
is
chat.
Donnie. I just put it in the chat.
Oh, sweet.
We have a good community here.
The key to TradingView, you will have to pay for a real-time data feed, so it's not delayed. But it's
I
like
got all that. I don't have the actual scripts for like strat. Like, he just posted his pivot study or whatnot. Like that helps a lot, right? When you're setting up time frames. I just want to know if these were available in TradingView.
Yeah, we can take it offline.
Sweet. Which is it William?
I'm sorry, it's Donnie.
Donnie. Okay. I'm gonna post a message in the chat just so you know it's me.
Another tip for you guys too, if you guys trade under an S corp, if you open up a separate account through Thinkorswim, you don't have to pay for data. Just link everything to that. That way you don't have to pay for data.
Sorry, so could you repeat that, please?
If any of you guys trade through an S corp or like a business account,
yes.
If you link it to your private brokerage that doesn't even have to be funded, then you can get around all the data fees and exchange fees.
Interesting. I'm actually applying to open up my corporate account with international brokers. They're probably one of the best for Canada. So I want to see if that works with what you said. Yeah, I sent my application and they said it takes up to 4 or 5 business days. So I'm just waiting it out.
Etsy's fixing to be short here, guys. It's in the downstream in 5 minutes.
HD's really pulling back off the highs.
Yeah. HD.
This might be your little reset period, Big O, where they just.
But hey, VIX is strong too, man. So who knows? We just play him how we get him, I guess. Market's been choppy, man. It was like, well, this week's been very choppy. Like, it's the 2 weeks prior to this week was absolutely incredible, man. I made so much money. This week, starting Monday, it started getting choppy. You know, and you can kind of tell how the day's going to be in the first hour or two, and play accordingly. Like you want to cut down, you know, your size and also take profits more often. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at some scans here. 10%. There's a bunch on there. FSB. Oh, wait. We want to. This thing might be short here later. So a 2-bar ref strap with a shooter is just a failed inside bar, and that wants to come down. And then a 2-bar ref strap with a hammer is just a inside far by hammer. So it's just a nice way of saying the inside bar failed in the general direction. So everything basically hinges around, well, 9% of everything hinges around that inside bar. Just about everything, except for your 2.2s. And you could, if you're wanting a signal to get out of something, if you look for a 2.2 on the 5 or a 2.2 on the 15, that'd be a signal to get out of something.
Hey, Jerry,
Sure.
look at Amgen. I want to ask you on that profile that you just that you did. If you could use the whole profile on Amgen on the 5-minute, that
Oh, you wanna
TPO
see it?
profile, the TPO profile on the 5-minute.
Yeah, Etsy's short here, guys. Let me
But
pull
you
it back
had that,
up.
with the chart with the VPOC in there drawn.
Uh-huh.
When it has the big cavities, does that mean that, basically there's not much supply there, so it could fall pretty fast down?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
All right, thanks.
So if you see big red and green candles, it's basically just as price comes back through there, just a big gap. Just a big gap. Amgen's been going all day. Yeah. Yeah, we took this one long early. We took profits on early. All right. Etsy short here. Texas trying.
Costco's a little strong too,
Cost.
considering the market's chopping a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Oh, man, it was 389 on this thing. That's a beautiful price action too. Push up, pull back, push up, pull back.
Nice
Etsy
TTO
short
there.
here. Yeah, TTO. Oh. What's time frame? Look at there, 2 up. So this right here could be a swing too, guys. Hammer weak breaks at 389.45 is in trouble. Look here, 212 reversal. This is going to be a swing here. I'm probably going to try to get into this. Novak's is short. Novak's is short right now. Novak's short. So yeah, so if I can get this thing up back above 384, I'm going to take it long. Now I just got to pull back on 60. Etsy can quickly come back down. First target on Etsy is 171.67, 171.50, something like that. Now look, it can come back down this pivot here and bounce. So overall target is 170. When it gets here, we got to be careful. If it breaks through, our target's going to be 166 in gap fill. Tesla's trying to break out of that. All right, Tesla's trying to break out of consolidation here. If it does, it'll be short. With target being 573. If it breaks this right here, maybe along with consolidation, if it breaks, we can see a nice push down. A rapid push down. Price could just be she. All right, let's check out some more. See a scan here. Look at that big old consolidation. All right, just inside, inside, inside. Big hammer up. Gotta come back down, which could take SPY back up with it. Yeah, Tesla's in the channel. Tesla's just in the channel.
VIX is going up still. It's at 21.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got a, well, I keep an eye on the 60. It's coming down just a hair.
I expected more chop since tomorrow's OPEC. So I have all the options expiring. I didn't expect such a huge bull run right away.
This thing can roll over here. So options are going. More options. Short now. Ooh, that thing's wedging in it. There's been a lot of wedging this week. I don't know why. Let's see this one.
Jerry, check out Crocs, COR. We talked about earlier, CROX. On the 30-minute, could be a measured move back up.
Oh shit! Two
It's
down,
acting
two
like
up.
a two.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. See that hammer there? Two down, two up. Gosh. Gorgeous.
Cost goes through that 384 level.
Yeah. So Crocs is long right here. Hell yeah, good find. It could quickly get up to $99. Almost 100. Yeah, good find, guys. Good find. Shit. Yeah. Big red green candles are money. So we see this thing bringing up through the red candle here on the 60. It can quickly come up through there. So Crocs is long here. Target's $100.
Yeah, like Rob says, on that 30-minute, it's got that 3 on that opening candle. That's like a pivot machine gun going straight up.
Well, I like it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that big red candle, there's just a bunch of stops stacked on there. So if you go to 1 minute and look at this red candle here, it's just a bunch of small red candles. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, that's good.
Still, I actually fully don't understand how this PMG works yet. I'm looking at it, but it just, I don't know, it's not clicking in my head.
Let's look at the 5 minute. I'll show you. All right. See how price comes up through here? Here, I'll show you. This right here will show you exactly how it works.
Okay.
All right. So price comes down. See how these candles are really stacked really tight on top of each other?
Yeah.
All right. Every time somebody gets in it, they put their stop around the base of that candle, right? The stop were stacked on every candle. When this thing starts reverse here, 2, 1, 1 up, right? It's just a 2-bar reverse up with a hammer. As it starts coming back up through here, anybody that's short, when they're stopped out, they got to cover. So to cover, they got to sell. So as we come up, every time it takes these stops out, price goes quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. So see this big ass green candle here?
Yeah.
The reason it's so big, the reason it works so well, because it's taking all these stops, and each time it takes them out, it goes faster and faster and faster and faster. Yeah, and that pivot machine gun works on all time frames. The 5, 15, 30, 60, the daily, the weekly. So even on even on the weekly, if you have a bunch of red candles stacked real tight, you can see the weekly. You can see all these candles taken out in one day on the weekly. Yeah. So it works because as price comes up, it takes these stops out.
Yeah, because in that one big green bar, everyone's trying to get out at the same time. So it creates a vacuum and all this order flow comes in at the same time.
Yep. You'll see the same thing happen. I see it on the daily and the weekly all the time. You'll see candles come up, to be down here. And then all of a sudden, in one day, it takes out every weekly stop. And remember, there's a bunch more stops on the weekly candle than there is on the daily. And there's a bunch more weekly stops, on the weekly than there is on the 5 minute. So can you imagine the amount of stops on a weekly candle? Nflx is still short here. We're going to add to it. Fixing to add the Etsy. VIX coming up. It's going to bring SPY down with it. So SPY might be 2 down. There goes Tesla short. Tesla is short. But yeah, pivot machine gun works. So when you see a big green or red candle on the 30-60, it's basically like a gap because there's no resistance there. So on the TPO profile, it's going to be a big volume. It's going to be like a cave. But on top of that, it's going to see a bunch of these stops stacked really tightly together. So this is the 5 minute chart on Crocs. But if you look here on the 60, just one big green can or just huge red candles, right? And the reason price can quickly come up to these big red candles because all these stops. All right, I need to keep an eye on SPY here because it can be short.
But the VIX just popped up big. It's into the gap.
Yeah, it sure did. Tesla's short here. It broke out of the channel, guys. So let's scalp Tesla. Already at 5.3%. Tesla. It's looking good. SQ's coming back down. SQ's short. Going to be gap filling, so SQ's probably a good one to get in. SPY short here, guys. Look here, big red candle or green candles. First target 413. It can quickly come back through there. Nflx short. Up 8%. Nflx. Etsy short. So we're getting a simultaneous break across the board. Nflx short. See this pivot here? It breaks pivot. What do? We take it short. Look over here. Big candles. SQ short. Tesla's finally broke down. Up 7.49% Tesla.
Damn it. I let go of my put at a $10 loss, thinking it was gonna just sit there do nothing.
On Twitter?
No, on Tesla.
Oh, Tesla. Did you take it short?
Yeah, I had it short for a while, but I thought it was going up. So I got kind of like panicked and I sold it.
Yeah.
I took a $10 loss.
Well, hey, that's not bad. You can always get back in it. Now's the time to do it.
Yeah, I think I missed the opportunity.
First target is the bottom of this green candle. It's a big green candle here. See right here on the 60-30?
Yeah. It's a 573-ish.
Yeah. First one's 573.79. Up 5.88. Yeah,
so when you buy Tesla short, so when you buy Tesla put, do you buy out of the money or out of the money? And
I would buy in.
Oh, yeah, in the money.
In the money?
Yep.
I mean, what's the period of time? I mean,
Hopefully
expiration date.
It's a scalp. It doesn't matter, right? Like,
yeah.
I'll buy the closest one because it's a scalp.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So if we're
Yeah,
scalping
but
it can
you,
move real
you,
quick and shrink.
yeah, if it expires tomorrow, the price has to move really fast to make money. Otherwise, you
Exactly.
can just, yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's what you're looking at the scalp, right? Like, it's heading down. You're following your whatever technicals you're doing. You scalp and you're out.
Yeah. So on Friday after lunch, then I will buy next week calls or puts. So the time of day and the size move matters as well. Like today's Thursday, it needs a pretty good move down here, pretty quick.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, because the closer we get to expiration, that we gotta worry about time decay. So I got expiration tomorrow, but if we come down here and start chopping, I'll get out with a smaller profit.
Jeffrey,
yeah.
I'm with you. This is the last time I'm playing it right now.
Yeah, Tesla. Yeah, I'd probably go ahead and take. I'd probably go ahead and take profit though. To be honest with you, then I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd wait. It can come back up and bounce, but it's been shopping most of the day. Any sign of weakness, just take your money. Yeah. So for 4 minutes, volume decreased just a hair.
What?
So I'm up 4.55%, 3.8. Is that about what you're up?
Who you asking?
I don't know. Somebody said this in Tesla. Oops.
Well, I got to put. I'm not up yet. I'm even right now.
Okay. Let's see if it push down. It should come on down though.
I would make money at 574
It's
ish.
pulling back slightly. It should come on down to 573 right here.
We're getting SPY pretty close to touching VWAP. We'll see what it does.
Yeah, that's the thing with Tesla. It needs to move. You know what I'm saying? It's got to move. Facebook's been a lower high. Chop up still sitting on that pivot there. We walk till 13. Well, it's 2-2 right now. Yeah, this has been money. Like I said, we're close to target there. It's up 7.8%. But take your money. We know that it's been chopping like shit, so please take your money on Tesla. Don't let it go red again.
There, I just made my $20 back. That was like a revenge trade.
VIX coming up like a rocket. We should get down to target.
VIX coming up. That's a good sign.
Um, 573. Come on. I'm probably gonna sell it when it gets to about right at 573. I'm gonna sell it at 15%. I don't know. What you want to do is go ahead and sell a limit. Order ready to go. I can go ahead and set it. All right, the next 15-minute candle there.
Are you kidding me? Freaking Tesla.
Yeah. SQ, yeah, broke through and came back up. Yeah. That's the way it is today. After lunch, it's just can be kind of choppy.
Yeah, you gotta. I use the 1 minute just to find where it's gonna go back, and buy it in cheap. It usually makes a 30-40 cent difference, but that's a lot. It's like the 580 put. I got in at 970. It went up to 1020, which is not bad. $50.
Still up 6%.
Pardon?
Now look, on this pivot here, it needs to come back up, retest and shoot back down. So it needs to hold 577. Okay, so you're still in.
And this is where you would buy if it rejects it.
577.10. Yes, in the range, trying to drop back up there. Inside. 100,021. Try to come back up. It really wants to break out of that range here. Okay. Get it break. Let's come back down. 615. BRPA short. The commons BRPA short. Commons only. Volumes increasing. It's dying. Got room to $22 here. 2309.
Why do you? How did you get that target? If you don't mind me asking, obviously some strat method you're using. I'm assuming to get that target.
That's a shooter. All right, what's going on? Roku.
Hey, Jerry,
Look here.
MRTX
Bounce
on
off
the
pivot.
30.
Just come right back down, then I guess I pull back to the upside or what? Definitely on watch right now. It's doing a 2-bar row strap with a hammer.
Can he hear us?
Tell you what, might be a nice swing. Let's look at it. Definitely come back up. Get 212. Target 349.
I'm wondering if he has his speakers muted.
Yeah, I don't think he can hear us.
Hey, Big O.
Roku might be a swing.
I shot him a message.
That's too funny. He's like, wonder why no one's talking to me.
I get stuff on Etsy here.
Well, that's the first thing I asked the
This
question,
could
and I'm
be one
like,
hell of a
wow,
pivot machine
like
going
just
back
totally
up to
ignored
this
me.
15 here.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he
Now on
ignored
that 172.
somebody spouted out another
175
ticket.
looked
He
pretty
just kept
good.
on talking.
So let's keep eye on that.
How do you message him here publicly?
So 173. Wayfair. Look there, two inside, chopping. Choppy mess.
Is anyone still in Apple?
Nope.
Jeez. Look at there. 3, 1, 2. Pivot break up. That's a nice one. In range. Testing this right here. So it breaks through that. It can come up and see 149. Three on that side on the 4 hour. The 2 down, 2 up. Push up, pull back, push up. Just push up, retest, gone. So push up, there's his pullback, next leg up. So work at 142. Pass. You're gonna push up, retest, trying to come back up through there. And 2 up. Carvana's breaking 2, 1, 2 up. There's a 2, 1, 2 measure move there. Wow. There's that serve an uptrend 3, 1, 2. It's gonna be a swing. Breaking pivot right now. 60. All right, Carvana breaks 240.10. It'll be long. Still up 2.5% Tesla.
Looks like the VIX has got a a shooter down on the 30.
Right, good. Shoot up there, did they kill it? Yeah, so keep on this thing. That's one of them Kathy Wood thing. Oh no, it won't yet. Yeah. Oh no, it wasn't Kathy Wood.
Jerry, is your mic
They
open?
brought it up. Man, it was nice. It was with disc and all that. Man, he played that on the way out.
No, he's got us muted, I believe.
He must got tired of us and blocked us off.
Back up, down.
Yeah, he's like, too many questions. I'm done with them. I'll just show him.
Better hide here. I'm trying to shoot back down.
He is a machine, isn't he?
He
Yeah,
is, man.
Copy. I
He's
think
something
there's no
else, man.
correction there.
I don't even think he went to eat lunch yet. Like I've seen him here the whole time. Like it's surreal.
Yeah, well, he leaves right around now.
No clear direction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he'll quit for the rest of the day right around, somewhere around now.
It was
I
breaking
don't
up the
think he has
segment.
restroom breaks either.
Oh, his mind is so quick. You should see in the morning one time when they're really all flying at the same time. Hell,
Yep.
he goes nuts.
Yeah, I tried to do that and it just that backfired on me.
5 minutes. Yeah.
Thank God it was just one contract in each one.
I don't know how he can look at them up and load the contract and buy it and do and talk and do it all when everything's flying.
Yeah, I don't even.
It's my first day here, and I'm honestly amazed at what he can do. It's surreal.
Well, he's slow relative. The market's not moving. Wait till it really moves. He's unbelievable.
I couldn't even handle the first 10 minutes when you guys were going off. I'm like, what the hell did I just walk into?
Well, today was a
We're trying
light
to look
day.
at it
You
monthly
should
data.
see him move. Oh,
Yeah.
and he don't even have those contracts ready. He has to go pull it, find the ones at the money, and then enter it in and go and get them.
Rex 138 should be on.
Hey, what broker are y'all
And he
using?
can do about five different stocks at the same time, and then add them too.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah, he makes his orders on his laptop behind him.
Yeah, it's just.
This scanner here I made the other day.
He's not only managing his positions, but he's also telling all of us, right? At the same time.
Yeah, it's amazing how he can do it and execute the order and still, call them off.
Got for sideways, 2 down, 2 up the hammer.
No, but officially I'm making this server my home. I love this place. It's pretty fun. I learned a lot, and I was like, holy shit, like it's just surreal to have a good server and a good environment.
Roll back up.
Me too. I'm new here too.
It isn't a downstream.
We're the newbies.
Smart at the top.
Oh, you guys are gonna be hooked, man. I've been on here with these guys for about 2 months, and I learn something new every day, like a lot.
Yeah.
Is anybody like totally new to Strat? Like I am. Like I do regular technical analysis, but Strat is totally something else.
What you need to do is go to Rob Smith's Twitter feed, and he has a 15-minute video every day on the market about lunchtime. And he'll learn everything. He's the creator of it.
Yeah, I met him. We actually talked on Twitter. That's the reason I actually got into Strat.
Snap.
Yeah, and then I met Big O, and I met Sarah, and I think there was another one, Elaine. There's like 3 or 4 of them I met, and I just monitored their plays, and they were always executing, and I'm like, this is amazing. The consistency is it's a wicked. Like, it is so good. And I always like to learn, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to expand my knowledge now. I want to try and see what Strat's about. That's that.
But he's the only one that does it live and a live trade. Rod does it sort of, he's just calling signals.
There is.
So he's trading.
There is another, Alex does live trading as well. I can't follow. I watched him trading. I can't follow. This was just too quick.
For them, it's like ABC, right? Like they see everything like it's just normal. Someone like me, I'm still looking at the charts and I see a 2 and a 1, trying to figure out which way this is going.
You'll set it. If you follow him, you should set up your charts like his. And then he records them, then go back and watch the recordings. And then you'll learn a lot. You'll pick it up fast. If you know regular trading, this is easier.
Yeah, well, the only issue I'm having right now is because on TradingView, I'm kind of restricted to the stuff that you guys have. I'm looking at his charts and the layouts, like little pivots and all that. That's amazing. Like it makes life.
Where do you live in Canada?
Toronto.
Toronto. Okay. I got a summer house in Vancouver.
Oh, my wife's from there. She's from Port Coquitlam, a beautiful mountain area.
Just come across the States. You only need $5 or $15 to open up a TOS account. Just open up and only use it for the trading platform.
Well, actually, I have a TD account in Canada. I'm actually going to ask them to make me a personal one in America now, because you're allowed to have a personal bank account in America. So I want to see if I can use that personal account for TOS. That solves everything.
Yeah, because I got an account up in Canada. It's TD America TD Trust or whatever it's called.
Yep, TD. Yep.
Yeah, you should be able to get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually see if they'll open up a bad personal, and then I'll figure out what the loophole is, how to actually get to TOS.
Well, just ask them if you can use it as a trading platform.
Oh, no, you're gonna need a residential address though, I think.
Well, if not, to open up a post office box, just.
Yeah,
simple.
okay.
Yeah, it'll be difficult to fund your account too, eh?
Well, just take some money and just go over and bring it over. They're not gonna stop. You can put $25 in there and you only use it as a trade, as a, a trade. No, I wouldn't say trade, but just as a charting platform. That's.
Yeah. No, what I can actually, when you have multiple
even
accounts,
if you buy,
can transfer.
even if you buy the calls that are out of money, you can still make money, and, $10 here, 20 there.
You can't
100
hear-
there, adds up quick in a day.
I'm messaging him. I even showed him a message on Discord.
So good job, Leslie. I mean, it adds up. It don't sound like a lot to some people, but you do that 2 or 3 times a day, it adds up. Yeah, you need to practice, Jeffrey, getting in and out quickly, like super quick, no hesitation, because of 20 seconds can be a big ass difference. Oh, can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.